big first half. It was quiet, and he shows up on the first drive right when the Tigers need him, 10-6.
You know, he gets that edge. There's no one that can catch him. There needs to be someone right in front of him if they want any hopes of stopping Marquise Davis. He has that.
If you're Cleveland Heights, you can use Brunswick's game against them. Still 8 minutes to go, but continue to run the ball, run the clock, and you have an opportunity for a fresh set of downs before making it into the end zone.
Davis slipping through a couple tacklers, keeps the legs churning. Nobody could bring him down. Was touched back around the 8-yard line and just kept dragging defenders. And that's why he's the type of running back prospect we've been. Happened to the green wave on the other end. Here an option, this one going to be a pitch to the outside. Got a block and going to step into the end zone right around the corner. Nice blocking there by the wide receiver, setting that edge and giving some room for number 30, Andre Jenkins, the sophomore, to make his way into the end zone untouched. And also credit to Elijah Gray on that pitch, well timed on driving once again, looking to get their first win of the season and break that 9-game win streak for Holy Name dating back to 2013. But right now, Holy Name, they need to get a stop here. I know it's early in this game, but things are trending the way of Normandy. And a lot of it's because of Elijah Gray, the quarterback, trying to make a man miss an open field. He does. Past the 15-yard line, slips past the tackler, cuts inside, and he's going to barrel his way into the end zone. I'll tell you what's more slippery than that football tonight, and that is the quarterback, Elijah Gray. Nobody can bring that man down.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is one of the most exciting runners of a quarterback that I've seen.
And a reminder that this trip to the Red Zone has been brought to you by Kelly McLean Achievement Center. Visit kelly-mac.com to learn more. 2nd and 2 from the 5. Have to get to the 3-yard line to pick up the first down. Rodriguez on the carry. Looks like he's going to get close and just enough to move the chains. Down at the 2. 1st and goal.
That's nice having that first down marker right there. Now you have 4 golden chances at the 2-yard line to punch one in.
But don't forget, Dom, this is the second time it's happened just like this. They got a fresh set of downs on the 2-yard line earlier in this game. Didn't quite turn out. Got to shake off the cobwebs.
Still running out of the same set from the last 2 plays. They're going to go back to the well with Rodriguez again. And Rodriguez is into the end zone. Touchdown, Holy Name. And this crowd has come back to life after being quiet in the latter stages of the first half. 14-6, an opportunity to make it 7.
That's how you set the tone. That's how you come out of half and show that we're still here, that we're not done yet. This is a tough group, as Ryan Day said in his post-game interview after the Notre Dame game. This is a tough team. That's what pardon me, Holy Name is. They proved it right there with that offensive line putting in work and those running backs doing well. That was a good drive.
Here's the hold, looks good, and that kick is up and good. 14-7, 1
did that. He needed that run. Yeah, he's hobbling, he's hurt, he's in pain. But as soon as he says go and that ball hits his fingers, the light shining down bright on him, you have 11 hungry invaders trying to get to you, and all he can think of is the task at hand.
Pull back to pass, looking down the field. He's got a man wide open, and he finds him into the open field, and headed for the end zone is number 7, Colin Daskos, the senior, and an opportunity to tie this game up. What a huge play there as Cole kept his eyes down the field, and there was nobody around Daskos.
Hurt ankle, no ankle, it doesn't matter. He can throw the ball for 68 yards in the tutty all the way to the crib. Oh, Brandon, we have an exciting football game between a 1-win team and a no-win team, and baby, this crowd's into it. We're into it, the PA announcer screaming there in the PA system. We have an exciting one. I'll tell you what, that's all you want in a football game, a 60-yard touchdown pass, broken coverage. We'll take advantage of it.
This hasn't been the season where either of these teams really have picked up many wins, right? And you know what? We're not going to kick it. We're going to see if we can get it. I don't know. It will depend. If they go to the ground, you'd have to think they're stating that this is 4-down territory now.
I think it was the snap that got messed up last time. We just saw the holder there practicing the hold. I think they're going to kick it if they need to.
Here's a carry up the middle for Dix. They're not going to have to, as he's going to push close to the end zone. He stopped just short. That white wall there of the Invaders kept him out of the end zone. But that actually might help Holy Name, because even though they didn't score there, they got a first down, opportunity to kill a little bit more clock if they want to here. Here's the run with the quarterback, and Andrew Cole slips through some tacklers into the end zone. Holy Name, their first lead on the night, 20 unanswered points.
My goodness, just ran it down the throat of Normandy. They weren't taking any chances. They weren't doing anything funny. They know what their record has been in the red zone tonight. And man, they didn't care. They redeemed themselves, finally put themselves up in this game. Minute 7 to go. Hopefully that's enough. You're still going to have to come out and play defense. But man, what a redemption arc for Holy Name, coming back from 14 unanswered, now up with just a minute 7 to go in this one.
So the lefty kicker and Josetti has an opportunity here to extend this lead to 7. This one's up, and this one is good on the PAT. 21-14. Looking at overtime for the first time this season here in our Key on Sports Game of the Week. And we're in week 7 now at this point, and here on 4th down now. 10 yards to go. Can Gray make something happen? Gray has some time, stepping up, looking down the field, lost this one up. Touchdown, Normandy. That one floated over the fingertips of the defenders into the hands of a receiver in the end zone. Believe from up here, that's number 2.
This week's Key on Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Advanced Diagnostics Auto Care and Maintenance. If you want dealership quality at a fraction of the cost, visit Advanced Diagnostics Auto Care and Maintenance at 23779 Lorraine Road in North Olmsted, and you won't be disappointed. You need a repair shop that you can trust. They know the repair process is all about customer service. How they treat their customers is just as important, if not more important, than the quality of the services they provide. They are always willing to discuss your repair needs before, during, and long after your visit. They treat you like family and won't stop until you're completely satisfied and road ready.
Celebrate Cleveland boys and girls high school basketball at the Cleveland Basketball Classic. Admissions is $16 daily for all games that day. All games will be held at Baldwin-Wallace University at Earth Spring Gymnasium over Thanksgiving weekend of 2025. The goal of this event is to honor the best of Cleveland basketball's past while putting the spotlight on today's Cleveland area high schools.
Christine Dort Photography. From sports to real-life photos, don't let a big event go by without Christine Dort there to photograph it. Find her today on Facebook or at www.christinedortphotography.com for all your photo needs.
Kathy is a multi-million-dollar top producer in Northeast Ohio. She strives to give all her clients the best knowledge and support through each phase of the home buying and selling process. Give her a call or send her a text at 330-242-0377 to get started today. You can email her at kathydressrealtor@gmail.com.
Gotcha Covered Avon. Their team of experienced design consultants are experts in helping you find the right window treatments for your home or business. Swing by their showroom at 2525 Nagel Road in Avon to see for yourself how they can make your entire living room, or any room, look better with just a few small suggestions and a low cost. You can find them online at gotchacovered.com/Avon. Lou Grasso Accounting and Tax Services. Your taxes and accounting needs must be handled by the very best, so you can rest easy. You can have that comfort of knowing your money is being handled by the experts with Lou Grasso Accounting and Tax Services. They prepare individual, corporate, nonprofit, and small business tax returns. They also specialize in investment and accounting and managing clients' QuickBooks with over $275 million in assets accounted for. Located in Avon, they prepare your federal, state, and city returns, which includes e-file and direct deposit. please visit their website at www.lugrassotax.com for more info.
OCD Home Solutions offers a wide range of services to fit your needs, including a concierge-level moving assistance, from sorting and packing to space planning and unpacking. They'll make sure your move is seamless and stress-free, whether you're relocating across town or transporting a loved one to a smaller home. Their team takes care of the details so you can focus on what matters the most. You can reach them today at www.ocdhomesolutions.com or book them by calling 216-299-3181 for a free consultation by mentioning Keon Sports when you contact them.
Riley's Irish Bakery, the absolute best bakery and comfort food selection you will find on the west side of town. Located in the heart of Fairview, this incredible family-run business is your first, last, and only stop for the best eats. At Riley's Irish Bakery, they use the freshest ingredients to create classic Irish baked goods and savories. They are located at 22570 Lorraine Road in Fairview.
Westside Family Dentistry is conveniently located near Detroit Avenue. Their professionals know that dental health is not just about white smiles, it's about having strong teeth and healthy gums. It's about prolonging the simple joy of eating delicious things. Their mission is to help their patients accomplish these goals in a painless, compassionate, and effective way. You can visit them at 18611 Detroit Avenue in Lakewood, Ohio.
Climate Tech Inc. For 48 years, family-owned and operated Climate Tech has been the premier company for all HVAC services. For both residential and commercial, they have it covered. They offer free estimates on equipment replacement and 24-hour emergency service. Visit them at climatetech.com. Aspen Property Services. If you want your yard to look perfect, leave it up to the pros of Aspen Property Services. Call and ask for details at 720-215-1786. They are the leaders in the landscaping industry and can help with restoration and regular maintenance.
Run some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Roxandich, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Roxandich, and Roxandich said, nope, give me that.
Tonight, Avon travels to Berea-Midpark in the Keon Sports Game of the Week.
Welcome on into the Cement Mason Local 404 Union pre-game show. We are at Trussell Field for Baldwin Wallace University. I am Dominic Clary. Nick Twork with me, Brandon Soder behind the camera. So we have a little bit of a different role change here today. I'm doing play-by-play, and Brandon, he will be behind the camera here today, but for one night and one night only. We thank you for joining us in today as we have an exciting matchup as Avon has traveled to Baldwin Wallace University to take on the Berea-Midpark Titans.
These are our keys to victory, sponsored by Safe Staffing Ohio. We'll talk about Berea-Midpark first. Berea-Midpark, they want to move the ball quick. They have 3 great wide receivers they want to give the ball to. Nick Reese, Dylan Maddox, and then Tyson Clay. All young wide receiver core. In our keys to victory are get the ball out to them, get the ball out to them quick. Let's talk about some of the players to watch. Also sponsored by Safe Staffing Ohio. Nick, what are some of the players that we have to watch for?
We got to watch the quarterback, Dylan Papashak. Last week against Midview, he was 24-29 for 343 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, as well as 1 on the ground. He needs to play at least to a level close to that if they want a chance at beating the Avon Eagles tonight.
Is there anyone else to look out for here for Berea?
Yeah, the 3 receivers that you mentioned earlier, Nick Reese, Dylan Maddox, and Tyson Clay, all juniors, all very dynamic players with the ball in their hands. And again, like you said, the goal should be to get the ball in their hands, get them in space, get them open.
Now, speaking of getting those players open and how to crack that Avon defense, it's been so good all year. Only 1 loss, both teams 4-1. Coach John Hunick talked about that. I talked about that with him before the game. Let's go to that interview now.
I'm here with Coach Elder for the Avon Eagles. Coach, there's an explosive offense on the other side here today for the Titans. How do you guys expect to slow this offense down here today?
Well, you know, they're very talented, like you mentioned, and their quarterback, very accurate passer. So pressure's always friendly to a defense. If we can get some pressure on him, maybe get him off his mark a little bit, that'd be helpful. But they got great players, and they're going to make some plays, but we just have to eliminate the explosive plays that result in touchdowns.
You know, but this Berea team also does give up a lot of points on the defensive end. What's your plan on offense to continue that dominant offense you guys have had all year?
Well, we always strive to be balanced. That means run it or pass it, you know, whatever the defense dictates. So we'll see how they plan to play us, and if they want to take away the run, then we'll certainly throw it all night, and if they want to take away the pass, we'll run the ball as well. So we're prepared to do both. We'll see what the defense shows us tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Good luck today, Coach. Take care.
The national anthem is about to start here in any moment, so we're going to bring you to highlights, and then we'll continue the Smith Mason Local 4-4 Union pregame show just in a little bit, but enjoy these highlights from 2 years ago.
Run some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Brock Sandich, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Rock Sandich, and Rock Sandich said, nope, give me that, I'm holding on to this, and reaches that arm towards the plane, broke it, and that's a touchdown and now a lead for the Blue Devils.
Woo, I got chills here. Cool. This is a huge crowd here for Brunswick here tonight. And Rock Sandich gave them something to cheer for. Going in, a lot of people doubted Brunswick. It's an early lead. They have to stay consistent. Anytime this Cleveland Heights team has their talented players, their smart players on the field, they have a chance to win the game. They need to be a little bit more. The adrenaline stops you. They need to get back up to that pace here.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Davis bouncing it to the outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched, and just like that, 4 plays, 4 runs, all carries for Marquise Davis, a guy who ran for 333 yards last week and 4 touchdowns. Did not have a big first half. It was quiet, and he shows up on the first drive right when the Tigers need him, 10-6.
You know, he gets that edge. There's no one that can catch him. There needs to be someone right in front of him if they want any hopes of stopping Marquise Davis. He has that.
If you're Cleveland Heights, you can use Brunswick's game against them. Still 8 minutes to go, but continue to run the ball, run the clock, and you have an opportunity for a fresh set of downs before making it into the end zone.
Davis slipping through a couple tacklers, keeps the legs churning. Nobody could bring him down. Was touched back around the 8-yard line and just kept dragging defenders. And that's why he's the type of running back prospect we've been. Happened to the green wave on the other end. Here an option. This one going to be a pitch to the outside. Got a block and going to step into the end zone right around the corner. Nice blocking there by the wide receiver, setting that edge and giving some room for number 30, Andre Jenkins, the sophomore, to make his way into the end zone untouched. And also credit to Elijah Gray on that pitch, well timed on the driving once again, looking to get their first win of the season and break that 9-game win streak for Holy Name dating back to 2013. The Right now, Holy Name, they need.
So we just heard from Coach Elder. Now let's go back to Berea-Midpark to the interview with John Hunick before the game.
I'm here with Coach Hunick for the Berea-Midpark Titans. Coach, you guys have an explosive offense, but you're going against a tough defense today. What is the game plan here today, how to crack that Avon defense?
Well, it's to be multiple like we've been all year. To spread the ball around. We have 5 players on our perimeter. Our wideouts and our tailback, they're all really explosive with the football in their hands. So it's up to our quarterback, Dylan, to spread the ball around and, take what the defense is going to give you and let our guys make play in space.
Now, you mentioned Dylan. No, you guys had an injury at the quarterback position. Another guy has stepped up. Do you know who's starting here today, or there's going to be a rotation?
Yeah.
What's the situation?
Papashak will start. Weaver's not ready to go yet, so Papashak will start.
Okay. How do you guys plan on having your defense slow down or stop this Avon offense?
Well, our defense has been pretty successful for us all year. We're a high-pressure team, and so, our goal is to make them earn every yard that they have, make them drive the football. They've lived on explosives, kind of just like we have, so the more we can make them have to earn a drive as opposed to getting explosive chunk plays, I think we'll have an opportunity to win the game.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck today.
Now that was Coach Berea-Midpark's head coach, John Hunick. Let's talk about Avon a little bit. We won't go to that interview because we already heard from Coach Elder just before the national anthem. But let's talk about Avon a little bit and some of their keys. They have a lot of running backs they like to utilize. They have a core of wide receivers that are just as good as Berea-Midpark, if not better. Kids with multiple offers. You have a kid going to UNC, multiple kids going D2 and D1 as well and getting multiple looks. Nick, let's talk about the players to watch for the Safe Staffing Ohio players to watch. What are some players you have highlighted for the defending D2 state champions?
Well, obviously you got the quarterback, Blake Elder. He steps in this year for Nolan Good, and he has been awesome for the Eagles. He threw 5 touchdowns a couple of weeks ago versus North Ridgeville, and then his wide receivers as well. 3 of them. They're all really good. Sammy Eulery, Grant Barr, Jacob Weatherspoon, the UNC commit. Mm-hmm. And then at running back, again, they use a bunch of different guys. The main 2 that you'll see is Keontae Smith and Cam Wendell. Wendell, he's more of a power runner. Smith with the speed, and that's really it for the Avon Eagles offense. It's dynamic. It's explosive. We'll see how this Berea defense, who has struggled at times, giving up points this year, is able to contain them.
Now, what do you think Berea-Midpark has to do to stop this, or at least slow down this Avon offense, so their offense can get more opportunities and be on the field more often?
I think they really just got to throw the book at them, honestly. Throw all the coverages, disguiser coverages, just play a bunch of different coverages. Do you honestly find one that works at this point? Because no one's been able to stop this Avon offense really this year at all, or last year, to be honest. They're the reigning state champs for a reason. It's going to be tough for the Berea defense.
All right, we got just 2 minutes before the game starts. The teams are walking on the field now. We're going to take a quick break and get ready for the kickoff. We'll be back right when that happens.
Run some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Brock Sandich, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Brock Sandich, and Brock Sandich said, nope, give me that. I'm holding on to this. And reaches that arm towards the plane, broke it, and that's a touchdown and now a lead for the Blue Devils.
Woo, I got chills here, Cole. This is a huge crowd here for Brunswick here tonight, and Brock Sandich gave them something to cheer for. Going in, a lot of people doubted Brunswick. It's an early lead. They have to stay consistent. Anytime this Cleveland Heights team has their talented players, their smart players on the field, they have a chance to win the game. They need to be a little bit more. The adrenaline stops you. They need to get back up to that pace here.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Davis bouncing it to the outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched, and just like that. 4 plays, 4 runs, all carries for Marquise Davis, a guy who ran for 333 yards last week and 4 touchdowns. Did not have a big first half. It was quiet, and he shows up on the first drive right when the Tigers need him, 10-6.
He gets that edge. There's no one that can catch him. There needs to be someone right in front of him if they want any hopes of stopping Marquise Davis. He has that.
If you're Cleveland Heights, you can use Brunswick's game against them. Still 8 minutes to go, but continue to run the ball, run the clock, and you have an opportunity for a fresh set of downs before making it into the end zone.
Davis slipping through a couple tacklers, keeps the legs churning. Nobody could bring him down. Was touched back around the 8-yard line. just kept dragging defenders. And that's why he's the type of running back prospect we've been. Happened to the green wave on the other end. Here an option, this one going to be a pitch to the outside. Got a block and going to step into the end zone right around the corner. Nice blocking there by the wide receiver, setting that edge.
Welcome on back. Avon, they are starting off kicking. They'll be defending from on the right side, the open end of George Finney Stadium. Left end is the berm hill back there where the fraternities of Baldwin Wallace will pack during game days and during homecoming. Berea-Midpark, they will be receiving first. Kicking for Avon will be number 90. Jensen Petro is a senior, 6'2", 207. A lot of great kickers have come through the doors here at Avon. Some good returners have come through the doors at Berea-Midpark as well. Kickoff starts now as Avon getting their formation set. Packed house here today at Berea-Midpark. Perfect weather as well, just around 70 degrees. Might drop below 70 into the 60s. Hey, Nick, that's perfect fall weather. You can't get any better than that.
No, you can't complain with the weather right now. To being this late in September, still being this
It's
nice
still
out.
sweat when you walk
Yeah.
outside. You know it's perfect here today. We couldn't ask for better weather. A few years ago, we tried covering Avon versus Berea-Midpark, and that game started around 9:30 because the weather was so bad. We have kickoff now. SWC matchup. That is a squib kick. Big man gets the return for Berea-Midpark, and a man falls trying to find space, and he finds room. He's going to fall just around the 45-yard line. Big man rumbling here to start the game. Big number 76. Let's take a gander, see who that young man is. And
Maybe Nick Hanchuk.
Nick Hanchuk.
Got to imagine related to my old history teacher. Played for BW, Mr. Hanchuk. Hope you're listening tonight.
You know, that's Brandon Soder, usually in the play-by-play role. We thank Brandon for everything he does here. You know, not just on the mic, but he does a lot behind the scenes. Brandon, thank you for everything you do for us here at Keon Sports. And you'll still hear from him throughout the day. Back to his old role there. Ball at the 44-yard line. Papushka. Claps trying to get a man offside. Will they throw the flag? No, they will not. Run down the middle. Fall just around the 50-yard line. That's Xavier Harden. Quick rush here to start the game for the Titans.
Solid start there. You got to love 5 yards on first down on a run play. Gets them into a nice second down and manageable here.
And they're going to move quick. No muddle huddle, just straight to the line. Look to the sideline. They got the play quick. And they like to move lightning quick, just like the logo on the side of their helmets. Spread formation. Deuce right and deuce left. No tight ends on the field. Hand off to Howard again. And he's going to fall just short of the first down marker. Only a pickup of 2 on second down. We have a third and short situation as Avon changes their lineup to stop the run.
Yeah, a couple early runs from Berea-Midpark. We know they like to sling the rock, but got a third and short here just running so far. Good job on that handoff by the quarterback as well. Kind of led the man. And again, effective here so far. Let's see if they can convert.
3 wide receivers in the bottom of your screen. Top wide receiver is Dylan Maddox. Make sure to watch for him. No safety help. Oh, and everyone moves off sides. Now let's see what they call here. Yep, foul start on Berea-Midpark as Avon was creeping up, and it made Berea jump.
We've had a lot of movement on both sides pre-snap so far through these first 3 plays. Avon, it looked like they jumped on the first play of the game, but they did not call it. Then they almost did the second play, but they got back. And then now both teams moving here on third down. You got to think that'll get ironed out throughout the game. Both teams are going to get more comfortable with the snap count.
You know, it's hard to hear because we're kind of in a secluded box here in the press box. It's loud down there. This is a loud stadium here at Baldwin Wallace University. Is we have a 3rd and 7. Only so many playbooks you can have, or so many plays in your playbooks you can have here. And you have empty formation. Blitzer coming, almost an initial zone infraction. Again, they're not going to call. He's going to let it deep. Can he get space? Oh, in and out of the hands of Tyson Clay. The junior had a big game earlier this year and almost had a big play there, but couldn't couldn't haul it in. Well, what could have been a phenomenal play as the Titans special teams unit will now be on the field.
That was almost an unbelievable catch there by Tyson Clay, and also a great throw by Papushka, giving him a chance to make a play on third down. That's all you can ask for out of your quarterback.
Had an opportunity to make the play, but ultimately you can blame that foul start.
That false start killed that drive right there. They're in third and short, chance to convert about midfield. Now
Nick
they're punting.
Reese.
Oh,
Punt, and it's blocked. And that ball's going to land just around the 46-yard line. Nick Reese took too much time of dropping that ball to his foot and right into the hands of an Avon defender.
And that's one thing that you cannot afford to do if you're Berea-Midpark. Again, both teams 4-1. Avon, the defending state champs, they're favored in this one. You've got to be able to limit the mistakes and capitalize on your own opportunities. We'll see if the defense can make up for it here for Berea-Midpark.
You know, we've talked about it, Brandon, time and time again. If you want to upset these teams like Avon, who have won state titles last year, you have to be able to play mistake-free football. And that, right now, it's been a bad start for mistake-free football. They're in the pistol formation for Avon. 2 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. You have 2 tight ends in the game. Handoff. He'll find a slot in the left. He'll find some more room. How much room can he find as he falls to the Berea-Midpark 40-yard line? Big time run. Number 35. Now, again, we're going to be looking at the stat sheet all day.
Michael Colburn there. He's one of those backs that splits time with Wendell and Smith as well. Colburn, he's a bigger back. He runs hard, and he's off to a good start here in this one.
He's a junior and a room full of seniors as well. They're in a single back formation. You love to see this one here. In the motion, Elder hands it off to the man in motion. Can he find some more room in the jet sweep? Yes, he can. He fights the defender off. He's fighting, and he falls around the 18-yard line. Strong run there. That's number 12, Grant Barr.
Barr is a playmaker, man. I saw him a couple weeks ago in their matchup against North Ridgeville. Caught a couple of touchdown passes in that game. He's just a completely dynamic player, and he's really the go-to man for Blake Elder and this Avon offense.
He's been one of their best players all year. He high points the ball well. They haven't thrown the ball yet. Elder's still a quarterback. Pistol formation. 1 wide receiver up top. Deuce right on the bottom of your screen. Man in motion. Wide receiver screen, and he's caught there in the backfield. Big play. That is the cornerback there for Berea-Midpark. Nick Reese.
What a tackle there by Reese there on Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon, like we mentioned earlier, a D1 commit, one of the best players in Northeast Ohio, and Reese just manhandled them there in the open field.
Yeah, Reese, a talented player to his own respect as well. Tight end to the right. Run up the middle. He's going to find space, bounces outside. Now back to the middle. I mean, he's a strong runner. Wow.
He runs with a lot of power, and I said he was a bigger back. He's really not that big in size, but he runs like it. He runs really tough. He breaks tackles. He gets downhill, and he's a huge piece of this Eagles offense.
Good bounce there as well, and a shout out to the Avon offensive line opening up holes for him. He's been able to find him so far and be effective.
Colburn still at running back behind him. Going to see a lot of different running backs here for Avon. They're going to check back to the sideline for a new play. Elder gets a snap, fakes the handoff, finds a man down the middle, and that's a touchdown for the Avon Eagles. That's number 22, Finn Janonik, the junior. What a play there by the Eagles.
Just wide open over the middle of the field right there. Elder put it right on him, right in the chest, right so he was able to run straight into the end zone untouched. A great route there, though, by Jordanic with that much separation there over the middle of the field. And just like that, the Eagles are on the board first.
And that's what this Avon team does on offense. They will eat you alive. Man jumps off sides. Yep, they'll call it a neutral zone infraction.
There's just so many elite athletes on this Avon offense that it's just so hard to stop.
Yeah, this team every year, and Brandon has seen it with his time with us, they are just a superstar factory here for the SWC.
Yeah, absolutely. Avon always seems to have a new batch of commits coming through the school. I mean, even with Nolan Good going on to the next level, playing at Kent, already getting playing time there as a true freshman, by the way. It seems like
In
they
Florida
just find a way to
State.
reload. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, Florida. Yeah, correct.
Extra point up. Extra point good as that lands on the track and into the berm. 7-0 to score. 7:59 here to play at George Finney Stadium as the Avon Eagles lead Berea-Midpark Titans early in this one.
And again, kind of what we expected to start this game. We knew that Berea offensively was a well-oiled machine, but on defense they had struggled at points this year. Again, first drive, still plenty of time to settle in, get things going. Honestly, they were still meeting the ball carriers, the receivers at that point of contact. They just got to kind of bar down and be able to bring those players down. They're in the right spots, just have to be able to execute now going forward. And now, obviously, Titans offense going to get another chance. Had a decent drive going before a penalty kind of stalled them, had to punt it away.
If you're the Titans here, you got to eliminate the mistakes. Special teams and penalties, you cannot have those if you want to compete with a team like the Eagles. And they look like they were able to move the ball pretty well the first couple plays. They got good field position as well. But again, the mistakes ended up costing them.
I got to ask, Dom, I feel like you of all players would know this. The kicker just went out and counted all the players on the field, make sure they had 11. Typically the kicker's responsibility, or?
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah, that's his unit. Listen, this is all he focuses on is kicking. So you usually he's the one that's kicking or the one that's counting, or it's the holder. And then I hope he's kicking. Or for punts, you'll have one of your shield captain, who he will be the one that it will count as well. So it depends. But for kickoff, it's number 90 who will be counting. Jensen Petro. And he'll just boot this one towards the end zone. Clay will return it and stay out of the end zone. Oh, the Eagles are soaring towards him. Can he find a lane? No. Wow. I mean, Berea-Midpark Titans were 20 yards further down the field than the Eagle defenders were. They went right by them as a player is hurt to the ground. We will go to some highlights. We'll be right back when he gets up. Run some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Brock Sandich, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Brock Sandich, and Brock Sandich said, nope, give me that. I'm holding on to this. And reaches that arm towards the plane, broke it, and that's a touchdown and now a lead for the Blue Devils.
Woo, I got chills here. Cool. This is a huge crowd here for Brunswick here tonight. And Brock Sandich gave them something to cheer for. Going in, a lot of people doubted Brunswick. It's an early lead. They have to stay consistent. Anytime this Cleveland Heights team has their talented players, their smart players on the field, they have a chance to win the game. They need to be a little bit more. The adrenaline stops you. They need to get back up to that pace here.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Davis bouncing it to the outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched, and just like that.
That red zone trip, by the way, for the Avon Eagles was sponsored by Kelly McLean Achievement Center. All red zone appearances are sponsored by Kelly McLean Achievement Center. We thank them for everything they do. Berea starting their drive at their own 14, pardon me. Drops back, finds pressure, finds a man downfield. That's Clay. Can he haul it? He's off to the race at the 50, the 40, the 35, 30. Oh, it's a race to the end zone, and he's all alone. Touchdown. Titans, just one play for Tyson Clay, and that's all he needed. He caught the ball at the 50, and he was off for the track meet. Phenomenal play there by the junior.
That's one of those dynamic receivers we mentioned before the game, Tyson Clay. He almost hauled in that play on third down last drive, and then now on the first play of this drive goes 86 yards for the touchdown. And I don't know what happened there in the Eagles secondary because he was wide open. Nobody within
yards of him. They sent the house,
and the quarterback, Papashak, still had time was the thing. He was not facing that pressure right away, got out of the pocket, found that open man down the field. And that's the thing with Berea. You give this talented receiver core enough time, they're going to find a way to get open.
And they always have quarterbacks that can sling it as well. Extra point up, extra point blocked, but still goes over. Wow, some good luck there by the Titans.
The Titans are going to have to figure out this block kick thing, though. That's
No,
both kicks they've lined up for us so far in this game. One a punt, one a field goal have both been blocked. They got to find a way to block this Avon front.
For those watching at home, make sure you mark that down because that might come into play later. We talk about it all the time. And that red zone trip, very quick by Clay. It was a little bit in and out there for Clay as he went right to the end zone. Kelly McLean Achievement Center, all red zone trips brought to you by them. We think that for everything we do is the mic broke up there for a second.
Yep, that's me struggling over here, getting used to flying the ship again.
Back in the command center over there for Brandon. Looked at me dead in the eyes and turned my mic off. It's an exciting one here today.
You've been eliminated.
It scores 7-7, 7:39. In 7:39 to play here in the first quarter. Tied up here. Well, they have 3 people back there for Avon. Can't see them on your screen yet, but you will here in a moment. So that is number 8 kicking off for Berea. Nokovic just made the field goal. He sets, looks to his right.
I can comfortably say this one won't be blocked down.
No, I don't think it will. Well, unless he hits someone on accident. It might go out of bounds. No, it will not. Return by the Eagles, runs right out of bounds. That was number 5, Jerry Clements. And the Avon Eagles, they'll start their drive, let's see, I believe at their own 30-yard line. They moved quick. Nick, what do you expect out of this Avon Eagles offense here now that they're starting back on their own end and not around the 50?
Honestly, more of the same. I mean, they started that drive heavy on the ground game. I think they're going to keep doing that early in the drive, and then once they get closer to the red zone, they're going to let Elder sling it. They are a run-first team, usually, but they have the capability to stretch the field, and their run game's so good that it allows for them to take deep shots down the field, and that's really what I expect for the rest of this game.
And again, we speak about that running game. New running back in, Cody Canning. Elder, he'll find a man downfield, and yes, he does. Can he break loose? Yes, he does. That's number 11, and he'll be tackled around the Titans' 44-yard line.
Graydon Beerbaum on the reception there, and good job after the catch. Didn't have that breakaway speed, but did a really good job weaving through traffic and really maximizing that catch. Puts Avon over on Berea's side of the field. Berea-Midpark, sorry. Can't make that mistake.
And number 20, the running back that's in the game. I believe that is. I will look at that later. They have multiple numbers. Pass out to the left. And he'll be tackled just around the line of scrimmage as Nick Reese again.
Man, I have been so impressed by Nick Reese's open field tackling here so far. That's 2 plays now where Avon's gotten a guy out in space, and he's been able to bring him down easily.
He's done a good job on his pursuit drills. They like playing him close to the line. He's listed as, have him listed as a cornerback, but does pretty much everything here for this team. I believe that's Cody Canning. That is the running back. Elder looks, players down deep, and he finds another man, number 22 again. He's been open all day and tackled right at the 20-yard line. Jernonik. Wow, he just is open every play, isn't he?
It seems like every time Avon drops back to pass, there's a guy running wide open in the middle of the field. It's happened 3 times now. All 3 times they've dropped back to pass. Guys, I don't know what you got to do if you're Berea at this point, but I think you got to somewhat change your coverages.
Man in motion. Head off to Clements. He'll find a little room, but not enough. That might just be a gain of 1 or 2. And they're in the red zone. So every red zone trip brought to you by Kelly McLean Achievement Center. Lots of them here today.
Yeah, Berea ready for that one that time. Keyed in on that run up the middle. They've got the athletes to make the stops when they're in position.
That's Canning. Sorry, I said Clements. Pardon me. I have so many running backs listed on here, and then the ones that I expected to get the carries early on aren't. 5:39 left in the first quarter. Elder drops back. Full protection here for him. Drops back to the end zone. Can't find it in the corner.
as they're looking for a flag. Won't get it. Good defense there by the Titans.
Andre Alexander in coverage there. He was right with Weatherspoon the entire way on that route, and it was a good throw from Elder, just even better coverage.
Yeah, not exactly an easy assignment either, covering Weatherspoon, but great job there, preventing the big play from Avon. An early 3rd and long now. Chance for Berea-Midpark to get off the field.
Colburn back and running back was the workhorse in that first drive. Elder claps, looks to the sideline. Remember we used to have cadences in the game of football, Brandon?
It's been a minute.
Colburn moves to his left, drops back, full on protection, screenplay. Finds Colburn trying to find room. In tackle just around the 15-yard line. You'll not pick up that first down. Good job there by the Berea-Midpark defense of figuring out what the play was and gathering quick.
He should have been stopped, though, for less of a game than that, for sure. That was just great moves there by Colburn. Nice little juke move to the inside. Was able to get more than he should have on that play.
Now let's see what Avon decides to do. As of now, looks like the offense is remaining on the field.
And they're backing up, so it will remain 3rd down. There was a penalty on the field. Holding is what was called. Can't hold on the screenplay, especially a halfback slip.
Now, per the rules, Dom, I don't think you can actually hold on any play.
No. These young men for Avon have never held, neither in Berea-Midpark, at least for my eyes. And they're very objective, I would say.
What is a holding?
No,
Dom,
I
the
don't know
former
what it is.
offensive lineman here.
3 wide receivers on the top of the screen. No extra protection, just straight 5. Expect a 3 or 4-man rush from Berea-Midpark. 2 wide receivers on the bottom of your screen. Elder drops back, finds a man short at the 25, tries to get back to the 20 into the Kelly McLean Achievement Center red zone. And let's see what they do for 4th down.
Able to pick up most of that yardage that they lost on that holding penalty, but now being a little bit further back might make this a more difficult decision. They do have a good kicker.
It looks like they're keeping that offense out on the field.
Colburn will step back in.
This would be absolutely massive for the Titans. They're able to force a turnover on downs.
This defense has to get their offense on the field. They need to get some turnovers as quickly as possible. Elder backs up, has the protection, finds a man in a hitch route, and yes, he does. Will that pick up the first down? Yes, it will, as he falls to around the 7-yard line. Clapham.
Great route
there.
right there by Caden Clapham on 4th down. Just a little hitch route right to the sideline. Picks up the first down, and that's got to be backbreaking if you're Berea at this point, giving up that 4th and long.
And he fought for every possible yard there. He knew that he was close to the sticks, but in the end, does just enough for Avon to keep this drive going.
Colburn in the backfield, hands it off. Oh, barreling towards the end zone.
Late flags here coming in.
Flag as well. A lot of big bodies on the ground. On the ground was Max Hawk, senior, 6'4" to 300 pounds. Big kid.
Looks like it's going to go against Avon.
I think that was on Hawk. You know, one thing we do know from Avon is they can pick this up quick. 4:26 left in the first quarter. And we haven't had any yet. But no turnovers or penalties. Talk about that here in a little bit. Tight end to the left. Tight duo to the right. Elder backs up, looking for an open man. Oh, finds a man. No, he's going to take it himself. Can he get within the 10? No. Oh, he'll get laid out right at the 10-yard line. Well, it looked like he was going to get decked, but he made a man or two miss. Good effort there.
That's still not a hit. That's still not a hit that you want your quarterback taking, though, if you're Mike Elder. And, I mean, Elder, he's not quite as mobile as Nolan Good was last year, but he can still pick up big gains with his feet.
So the young man's still an athlete. We saw him 2 years ago as a sophomore. Starting a playoff game and win the playoff game. Handoff. He'll find space. Tackled up top, but he's going to drag a man or two. So he'll fall just outside the 5-yard line.
Reese was in there again with another great tackle in the open field. He's been their defensive MVP so far in this game for sure.
And expect him to also make big plays on offense as well. That's what he's known to do. Colburn behind Elder, who's in the pistol. Handoff. He has a route to the end zone, and he finds it. The Avon Eagles snatch the lead back. 13-7 the score as the Avon Eagles score once again with 2:52 left in the first quarter.
Man, it looked like the Titans had a chance there to get him down right before the end zone, but another cut inside and into the end zone there for Colburn. He has really impressed me with his shiftiness so far in this game.
And the big fella moves quick. Petro looking for the point after. Up, over, and good. 14-7. Avon gets their touchdown and extra point lead back once again. Brandon, I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago how I talked about how the banners, instead of running on the sideline, they should run them in the end zone. Avon's doing that.
Yeah, they must have listened.
They did. I think they did. It just looks right. Like in the end zone, whether it's your end zone or not, that's football, Brandon.
That is football. Yeah, Avon boosters, obviously big fans of the stream. Glad to have everybody.
It might have been you.
It could have been.
It could have been. Some are saying it is.
Who's saying that?
I think Dom.
Yeah, me, yeah. Remember, after the game, we'll have the Cement Mason Local 404 Union Player of the Game. Also, the Mickey's Defensive Player of the Game. Let's see if the next few possessions, if a player stands out. We'll see, guys. Avon setting up their kicking unit. Berea-Midpark patiently waits. We've done a lot of waiting for kickoffs here today, gentlemen.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe I don't notice it, Brandon, because I'm typically, writing and taking stats, not doing that today. And it's throwing me off just a little bit, Brandon.
As I imagine it would, Dom.
It's weird because usually I'm messing with you when you're doing play-by-play, and today I'm doing play-by-play, and I'm throwing myself off.
It's not normally this long.
No, I feel like there's a lot of time here. During the next long-awaited kickoff, we'll have Brandon Soder sing.
We will not.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, he's done it before. Petro, kickoff. He'll boot it deep. Clay, he'll receive it, but he goes in the end zone, so that'll be an automatic touchback. The young man doesn't seem aware of that being in the rule book. It is here at the high school level. So they will start at the 20-yard line.
I'm really curious to see how this Titans offense responds. They responded great last time to the Avon touchdown. Now, let's see if they can do it again without, you're not going to hit 86-yard touchdowns every single drive of the game. Let's see if they're able to put together a long drive, see how this offense goes. See how the offense is able to respond again, because they need to. They're not able to stop the Eagles right now at all on defense. So this offense is going to have to carry most of the load, I think, for the rest of this game. And this is a huge drive right here.
Papashak hands the ball off. Open seam, gets to the second level and falls. Xavier Harden. Wow, he had an open lane and gets a healthy gain of about 6 yards.
They haven't had the ball nearly as long as the Eagles have had, but in the short time they have, I've liked the way that they've run the ball. I've liked the way Harden's been able to hit the holes and get solid gains, and I'm hoping to see more of that from this Titans offense.
Papashak puts Harden in motion. He has a swing pass open. He looks downfield. Oh, fits it in a tight window. Who was that?
It's Clay again.
Who else than Tyson Clay?
Yeah.
First down picked up, and they're moving quick.
Sharp quarterback play on both sides of the ball tonight. Again, not just having the big arms to try to throw it deep, but getting the balls in the tight windows.
Yeah, firing.
Got an
that
excellent
was perfect timing on that route right there. Great throw by Papashak, fitting it into a tight window and picking up the first down.
And who would have thought that Pepishak, not the starter this year to start the season, as Vince Weaver has been injured, not ready to go quite yet, though he is dressed. Pepishak hands the ball off and caught at the line of scrimmage. I think he got a gain of 1 or 2 with Xavier Harden.
Great run fill there by the Eagles defense. Like I just said a few plays ago, I've liked the way the Titans are running the ball, but it is still a very tough front to run on against this Eagles defense.
2nd and 9 for the Titans. 1:25 here to go in the first quarter.
A lot of big boys on the Avon defensive line.
Puts a man in motion. Mug luck here for the Eagles. Tries to get pressure. They'll get pressure. Wow, a herd of Eagles takes down the quarterback. It will be 3rd and very long. Not a lot of the plays that you'll have deep in your bag for this one, gentlemen.
No, and that was a free rush right there for number 67, Graydon Sooks. He's the one who forced Papashak to step up in the pocket and meet a whole gang of Eagles defenders.
The much less common herds and gangs of Eagles.
Yeah, they're rare.
Generally travel in flocks. You guys are going to get sick of me over in this seat, aren't you?
Papashak by himself. And empty. Almost an early get off there. Can he find a man deep? He'll throw it deep to Clay. He can't get it as that ball was just about 3 yards too far. And I'll tell you what, it feels like either Avon knows the snap count well, or they're jumping the line of scrimmage.
Off the ball so fast these last couple plays, man. Like Papashak is just running for his life back there. He was still able to get it away and gave his number one playmaker, Tyson Clay, a chance to make a play on that one. And honestly, with how well the Eagles D-line is playing, that's all you can ask for.
Difficult situation that the Titans are in offensive line-wise. They have a talented one, but it's hard for them when you have 6, 7 guys rushing you and you have little to no help due to the empty formation.
And to Avon, they're so good at disguising coverages that, they might be showing blitz and not blitz, or they might be showing that they're dropping back and then end up blitzing. This Eagles defense is just so good at scheming.
And as we have a second here, timeout call by Berea-Midpark as they want to take a look at that coverage that the Avon Eagles have. Hey fans, all penalties and turnovers in today's game are brought to you by Stevens Tax Service. No one wants penalties at tax time, so turn over your taxes, the financial needs, to Stevens Tax Services. Tom has been in business for over 15 years and will make sure that you don't fumble your finances. You can learn more at StevensTaxServices.com. That's Steven with a PH, taxservice.com. Or give them a call at 440-331-8989 to get help with all your tax and notarization needs.
There we go.
Yeah, big word.
Big word. Sorry about that.
I'll
talk to the ad guys.
Yeah, talk to the ad guys. And that is Brandon Sutter. So all turnovers and penalties will be sponsored by them today. You'll hear more from them throughout the game. Nick Reese, hopefully he can get the ball off quicker. Yes, he does. That punt will land just at the 30-yard line.
Hey, that's an improvement right there. No block.
7 seconds left. Avon will have one last play until we head into the quarter break. Not much of a break at all, but will be for you guys as we'll have some ads for you. 14-7 the score. 7 seconds left in the first quarter as the sun goes down right above George Finney Stadium. Brandon Sutter will be back in the play-by-play seat next week. Brandon Marvel with them as well. Mike Rogers will be the color guy with them. I will be out of town. Fall weddings, gentlemen. Fall weddings.
Couldn't imagine.
Couldn't imagine. 3 wide receivers in the bottom of your screen. Elder, screenplay. Oh, almost hauled him by, or who was that? That was Reese. Good pursuit by big number 35, the middle linebacker.
That was Reese again, looking to blow up another short route out in the open field. But this time, Weatherspoon, who isn't just an elite athlete all around, was able to get away and get the big gain.
14-7, the score of the first quarter. We head into the second quarter. We'll be right back.
This week's Keon Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Frankie's Italian Cuisine. Looking for a place to enjoy a post-game meal? Love Italian food? Frankie's Italian Cuisine has you covered from meatball to lasagna. Visit them tonight at 4641 Great Northern Boulevard in North Olmsted and taste the 50-plus years of legacy for yourself. Maxim Lacrosse. Maxim Lacrosse will demand players embody the game by giving and receiving respect and understanding that character counts.
Run some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Brock Sandage, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53.
Avon now moving left to right on your radio dial. No, Brandon will like that one there. As we are at the start of the second quarter, Avon with the ball. Throw out to the 45, and he'll fight his way past the 40 and almost to the 35-yard line.
Violent collision at the end right there. But that's Grant Barr, their top receiver in open space. That's what you got to do if you're this Eagles team. Continue to get the ball to these elite playmakers in open space. And I like what they did there with Elder, getting him a little rollout action, getting him on his feet. I think we could see more of that from this Eagles offense.
Single formation, two tight ends to the left, one in the H-back spot. Wide receiver comes in motion. His Elder will step back, look at the play. Berea-Midpark trying to diagnose what this play is going to be. They've struggled doing that all day. Canning running back in the backfield. Elder to Canning. Can he find space? Yes, he can. And he'll fight his way to the first down marker and fall just after it while this Avon offense is moving.
What an impressive run right there, man. He got about 10 more yards than he should have on that one. Just great fight through the tackles there by Canning.
They are winning the point of contact. Back in the pistol formation again. Canning behind Elder. Hand off to Canning again. And well, he's not even getting hit until the 3 yards almost into the secondary, or that second line of defense, I should say. That is a pickup of about, let's see here on the scoreboard, about 5 yards. Wow, he gained more than I thought.
And we talk a lot about these elite Avon weapons.
Oh, man offside. Who is that? That is Grant Barr. Don't expect that from him. You had a clap from Elder, and Barr did not know that there was a false count there. So false counts used to be different. It used to be you would say something, hut, 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 and then now they just clap. I don't understand it.
They are simplifying quarterback play down so much from what it was just 10 years ago.
Maybe I'm not a fan of that. Maybe this new game isn't for guys like that. The 2 yards in a cloud of dust kind of fella. Back in the pistol formation again. Canning behind Elder. Tight formation here. No one really out wide. Barr gets the handoff out wide. Finds some space. He'll pick up the first down. He'll land around the 12-yard line. And that's a trip to the red zone. You know what that means, everybody. Kelly McLean Achievement Center. All red zone appearances are sponsored by them. We thank them again. It's 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line. 10:26 to go. Avon with the 7-point lead. Looking to extend it. Man in motion. Elder looks back to the sideline. Barks his orders to his man up front. Claps, snap to Canning. Finds space to the end zone. Collision course. He dives. Touchdown, Avon Eagles.
Wow, what a drive on the ground that was by the Eagles. Just consistent breaking of tackles, tough running. The Titans cannot bring him down at all right now.
Again, a tough ask. We talked about these highly recruited athletes from Avon. They seem to find the best of them. I don't know what's in the water out there, but seem to be making it work.
Again, we talk a lot about these skill position players, but where football games are won and lost, especially in high school, is the trenches. If you just have the bigger athletes, the better athletes, you're going to win most of your games in high school, and that's really the biggest strength of this Avon team.
Extra point over. Extra point good. 21-7 Berea-Midpark. They find themselves behind. So they have a lot of ground to make up. Yeah, Avon's a growing community. I mean, that whole Lorain County area of Avon, Avon Lake, Bay has been rapidly growing for the past 20, 30 years. I mean, 20, 30 years ago, even North Ridgeville, if you want to group them in, they've had a good football program. They got their first playoff win 2 years ago. A lot of these areas are just now starting to get a program. I mean, I don't know the full history of Avon High School, but you look at a lot of those banners for all their sports. They're pretty recent.
Yeah, no doubt. Both Avon and North Ridgeville as well. I'm from North Ridgeville, so I've grown up there. I've lived there for 18 years now. Just even since then, they've grown so much. That's why their programs are getting better.
An old farm area has grown to a residential area.
Both areas about 20 years ago. Mostly farms out there, mostly just crops, and that was really it. Now there's so much business, so many homes, a lot of homes, and that's why these programs just continue to get better and better every year.
Avon taking their lunch break before kickoff. And you can feel the floorboards cracking below us here at Baldwin Walls, the legendary George Finney Stadium, Trussell Field in front of us. Wow, do I just love this stadium? It's a beautiful stadium.
It is, and folks, me and Dom both have history here. Dom, you obviously played your college football here. I was at high school right across the street here when Berea was still Berea and not Berea-Midpark. Worked for Baldwin Wallace as a PA announcer for a while, so it's always really cool to kind of come back home, call games in Finney again. I mean, press box that we've been in plenty over the years.
You guys, I mean, this is my first time here, so and I've been very impressed by it.
Onside kick, can they recover? Avon fighting for it. So is Berea. There's a scrum at the 50. Avon thinks they have it, but Berea also thinks they have it. I have no clue where this is going to go.
One of them's going to be right, Dom.
Gotta be. And it looks like Berea-Midpark has recovered the fumble as a man is down.
It looked like maybe a knee to the face there. Yeah. I saw bodies flying.
As the trainers do their job, we will go to a break here. We'll be back in a moment.
I'm here with some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Brock Sandich, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Rock Sandich, and Rock Sandich said, nope, give me that. I'm holding on to this, and reaches that arm towards the plane, broke it, and that's a touchdown and now a lead for the Blue Devils.
Woo, I got chills here. Cool. This is a huge crowd here for Brunswick here tonight. And Rock Sandich gave them something to cheer for. Going in, a lot of people doubted Brunswick. It's an early lead. They have to stay consistent. Anytime this Cleveland Heights team has their talented players, their smart players on the field, they have a chance to win the game. They need to be a little bit more. The adrenaline.
Welcome back. Player walked up in his own power. So happy to see that. He's smiling on the sideline and back in the huddle for the defensive players on the sideline. So that's what you want to see there. Papashak back at the quarterback spot. Harden joins him. They look to play mistake-free football and get back on the board. Quick screenplay. Can they get anything? No, they cannot. Nick Reese was the target man, brought down quick at the line of scrimmage. No gain for the Titans.
If you're the Titans here, you have to take advantage of this great field position. You're now down 14, down 2 touchdowns. It doesn't look like the Eagles' offense is slowing down anytime soon. So this is a massive drive for them to get back in this game and get points on the board.
9:29 to play, 15 on the play clock. Down by 2 scores, 2 touchdowns, I should say, for the Titans. Papashak barks orders to his offensive line. They have a high pedigree. Hand off to Harden. Harden trying to find space. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. This Avon Eagles team is downhill early to start the second quarter.
That was Zooks again. Graydon Zooks just going straight through the middle there to bring him down for the loss. Just elite penetration by this Avon defensive line the past couple of drives.
We know we talk about it quite a bit just to highlight the depth. You just saw there a massive substitution on the Avon side of the ball here for third down.
They are crowding the line of scrimmage. Let's see what they call. Neutral zone infraction will be on Avon. I believe that's a 5 yards, so it'll be 3rd and 5.
That's massive here for the Titans. Much more manageable third down coming up.
Absolutely. It opens up the playbook now for the Titans and allows this offense to do a lot more, and this offense is very capable, even with Papashak, who, Vince Weaver, pardon me, was a starter to start the year, did a great job. Papashak has done great as well since stepping in. Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers on the left and right. Harden. And they draw him again.
Man.
Phenomenal work and discipline by that offensive line and Papashak as well. That's the stuff I like to see is hard counts. Hard counts gives you a cheap 5 yards, but in this case, 10 yards and a first down.
It's getting the best of the Eagles right now, that's for sure. And that's rare to see from them. They're obviously a very well-coached team, very disciplined, very smart football team. But even we saw it on the first drive of the game, too. They were getting them to jump. And if they're able to consistently do that all game, they might be able to stay in this football game.
Now at the 40-yard line, Papashak. Motion again. Can they get in the jump? No, they will not.
They want to, though. They're moving a little bit.
The motion and then the false counts. Smart job. Change the play at the line of scrimmage, fixing the protection. Motion again from Harden. Snap. Hand off to Harden. Harden finds space. That's a good gain for about 5 yards. He's still fighting. They drive it back a little bit, but it won't matter.
Now, obviously, the penalty yards, as we just talked about, will hurt you enough of Avon, but that starts to get in your head as well. You've been called for it 3 times already.
They might not be
just
as
that
quick.
extra half a second, exactly.
They might not be as quick off the snap. And that's what we saw last drive was how quick they were off the snap.
It's smart coaching because they notice that Avon is having the day on that line of scrimmage. They're just going off on the offensive line. How do you fix that, right? So we can have time to pass. We'll prevent them from getting a jump on the ball in false counts. Go on 2, go on ready. Mix the snap count. That allows them to do a lot more. Now at the 45-yard line. 2nd and 5. He's throwing deep. Can he find a man?
Flag
A
down.
flag is thrown. Who was the target man? That was number 10. So it's dark in here. The lights have gone down. Andre Alexander was the target.
It's another penalty to give the Titans a first down here on this drive. If you're the Eagles, man, I bet they're going to get chewed out coming off the sideline after this drive.
Now, this has not been the mistake-free football that Avon wanted to play. First was Berea-Midpark making the mistakes. Well, now they're trading positions here. As you will now see that Berea-Midpark is at the 25-yard line. This is the closest they've gone to the end zone because what they had was how many yards?
86-yard
86
touchdown.
yards. And that was from their own 15?
Taking a lot of penalties to get them down here, too.
Smart, disciplined football. Hard emotion.
Another flag.
And this time it was Midpark that jumped offsides.
These linemen, both sides are having a rough drive here just with these penalties. So much going on pre-snap. Like you said, they're trying to change stuff up with the pre-snap counts. And I think that both groups of linemen right now just are having a hard time adjusting to it.
And again, everyone's juiced up. Big game in the SWC. Both teams tied at the top right now at 4-1.
Yeah, this is a critical game for SWC play. Papashak keeps it himself, but he is corralled. I mean, he may have gained 1 yard there. Good effort of staying on their keys for the Eagles.
That was number 78, Ryan Wysocki with the tackle right there. Just a great play on the ball right there. It looked like Papashak, if he could have gotten inside a little there, would have had something. But nope, Wysocki was not letting that happen.
2nd and 15, so we didn't gain any there. Papashak looking at the orders from coaches. Barks the orders to his offensive lineman. Motion again. Drops back, no protection. Looks on the field for a screen play. That's an alley screen. That's Clay. He finds room at the 20. And that's where he'll fall right there. This trip to the red zone is sponsored by the Kelly McLean Achievement Center.
Did you see that spin move by Tyson Clay right there to break
Filthy.
free into the open field? Man, he is an incredible athlete right there with the incredible speed, incredible agility, and he's been the big play guy for this Titans offense so far in this game.
And he's only a junior.
All these receivers are only juniors.
That's incredible, isn't it? Well, Dylan Maddox is a senior, I do believe, unless I have that wrong. He is a kid who's had a good season. I just heard that a lot of these starters are basketball players. That pass is batted down.
And that was number 40, Nathan Peters, there on the pass breakup. Good job being able to penetrate, swat that down for that play. Had any chance to develop. There was a receiver open for the Titans, but
Looks like they're keeping their offense on the field here on this 4th and
6:10
3.
to go in the first half. It is 4 and 3. Or no,
Massive
pardon
play
me. It is 4th down, 3 to go. Sorry, I worded that incorrectly.
Massive play here early in this football game. You got to come away with points here if you're the Titans.
So I'm not sure what the delay is. Oh, whistle blown. We'll let him play. Papashak joined with Harden. Crowded line of scrimmage for the defense of Avon. Oh, he's going to take it himself. That looked like a broken play. He won't get there, as they will be halted on this drive to the red zone. They will not pick up the first down.
Oh, man, what a promising drive that was, just to end like that. I'm not sure what that was. I don't know if it was a broken play or if that was a design QB run right there, but it was going absolutely nowhere. And again, there's great penetration by this Eagles defense consistently in the backfield.
So Avon will now take over at their own 20. They've had no problem driving the ball down the field. See if they can do it again.
And you know, this could be the drive right here. We could look back on that 4th down play. If Avon goes down the field and scores here, we could look back on that play and be like, that's where it got away from the Titans.
Each play is critical. Elder, all by himself. They're looking to pass, or he's going to run himself. He'll drop back, look, throw, curl route, and who else other than Grant? So a short gain for him. That will replace a run play. And then you have a running back coming in. That's number 35, Colburn, back in. He has been a stud here today for the Eagles.
2nd down and 3. You can really go with anything in the playbook here if you're the Eagles. Great situation to be in.
Snap, fake handoff. Looks down the field, he finds a man. He'll go to the 50-yard line, and that's where he's brought down. That was to number 5. That was Jerry Clements.
Nate Byland, though, with a huge hit there at the end of the play. It was a big gain for the Eagles, but good physical football from that Titans defense at the end.
Tight end to the right. 5:20 here to play. Up by 2 scores is Avon. Handoff once again. That's Colburn. Colburn picks up the first down and just a tad bit more. Physical day there by the big running back.
A ton of room, though, up the middle on these run plays the last couple of drives for the Eagles. They're just getting great push at the offensive line, and Colburn's taking advantage of it.
well, it's the offensive line and it's the balance of Avon. When a team can get you with the inside run, the outside run, be able to sling the ball around, it's going to really open things up for you. And again, like every other year, it seems with Avon, another balanced attack on offense.
And like we just saw in the play before that, opens up the play action game as well, deep down the field.
We have a stoppage on the play. Not sure what those stoppages are. Play clock will now resume. 5:10 to play on the 36-yard line. Pass, behind the man, couldn't get it. Good pass break up there by the Titans.
Even if that pass was on him there, that defender was draped all over him right behind him, was coming in for the hit. So, I mean, not the worst thing right there. It kind of avoided Jordanic taking a big hit.
2nd and 10. The Titans 36. Clock stop for now. 5:05 to play. 5:05 to play. Let me word that correctly. Colburn next to Elder. Claps, snap, looks downfield. Stronger than Reese. He could be by himself, but Elder's trying to chase it down. He's at the 40, the 35. He misses a man. Now he's at the 20. Then fights down to the 10-yard line. It's exactly what the Titans needed, and now the Titans are back in business.
How about Nick Reese? What a game on the defensive side of the football for Reese. And we know he's a playmaker on offense too, but it's been his defense that has shined here tonight. Just jumping the route, taking it almost all the way back to the end zone, making a guy miss too on that return. He just looks like an incredible athlete here tonight.
I believe we heard earlier that Nick Reese is one of the stars in the basketball team as well. So,
Yeah, would not be surprised, Dom. Oh, go ahead.
no, not at all. Reese, Clay, and Alexander are the starters out there for basketball as well, and that's not a shock. Stellar athletes. And who knows? Maybe we'll do a Berea-Midpark basketball game this year, gentlemen.
Right.
Could see that in our future.
And quickly before Berea-Midpark takes over, a rare I feel bad saying poor, but bad throws, miscues from Elder there.
Yeah, no, this is the third time I've seen Avon play this year, and throughout most of the year, I've been impressed by Elder's ability to, keep it safe on offense and also take shots down the field, but that was a rare miscue right there.
Man in motion. Fake handoff. Throw the ball downfield. Can he find him? Does he haul it in? No, the ball rolled down in the back of the end zone. That could have been just a one-play trip into Kelly McLean Achievement Center red zone.
What a throw right there, though, by Papushka. Just an awesome throw. Gave his receiver a chance to make a play. Hit him right in the hands, but the impact on the ground fortunately jarred the ball loose. That would have been an incredible play, though, if that was a connection.
That was Papashak on the throw. Second and 10. They cannot pick up a first down here. So second and goal is there on the 10-yard line. No sticks to be moved. Kind of in no man's land. Papashak, handoff. Oh, yeah, and it is a handoff. Hard to see who had it there. He'll land at the 4-yard line. And that was Harden. Brandon, you can make fun of me now for not knowing where the ball was.
That's all right. Again, I struggled with it a couple points this year, but 2-year defense, far side of the field, cluster of runners there. It's all right. We got there in the end.
I'll let you abuse me a little bit.
The real rusher was the friends we made along the way, Dom.
I like that one. I like that one a lot. Maybe you're the friends that we met along the way, Brandon.
I like to think I'm one of them.
Yeah, just a few. Third and goal there at the 4-yard line. All by himself is Papashak. Loads of receivers on his left, 2 to his right. And he'll run it himself. Can he get to the goal line? Yes, he does. He waltzes in the end zone. That's Dylan Papashak. We now have a 1-score ball game. 21-13 as we await the extra point.
We saw that quarterback run, failed him on the last possession on 4th down. They go back to it again here on 3rd and goal, and this time Papashak's able to go into the end zone and get the Titans a massive touchdown that gets them right back into this ball game.
Address it real quick. I know the screen's a little dark. We're going to make some adjustments at halftime for those that are wondering. I haven't seen the comments, but you kind of predict them these days. Brandon's done a great job pulling off camera duty here today, something he typically doesn't do. So thank you, Brandon, to that. I mean, you're doing more than camera duty. You're production, commentating. Extra point up, almost blocked again, and it's good. 21-14, 3:56 to go in the second quarter.
Now we're going to see how Blake Elder responds after that mistake. A massive drive coming up here for Elder. And, like I said, he hasn't made a ton of mistakes this year, so we haven't seen his bounce back.
What does he have to do, guys, to improve, to recover after that interception that, led to a touchdown? Now we're in a 1-touchdown game in the second quarter.
I think in his mind, he just has to be just don't take unnecessary risks. That's really all it is. When you have the elite talent all over the offense that Avon does, you don't need to take risks like that. You don't need to force the ball into tight windows. You have elite playmakers. Get them in space and get them the ball.
Yeah, kind of just off of what Nick said, this offense so far has not been stopped with the exception of that pick. And on that drive as well, it was methodical. They were continuing to move the ball down, short passes, runs up the middle, screens. They were making it all happen. And then it's like he missed that kind of timing throw right before where he threw behind his receiver, and then to throw it right into traffic, nearly gave up a touchdown off a pick six there. Again, you just got to settle in. Don't make the mistakes. Realize that your teammates around you got you, even if you're not having a great night, which other than those two plays, he's still having a very good night. But just realize you got the talent to win this thing. Just let it ride.
The Eagles, they're so talented. They don't need Elder to be Superman out there. They don't need him to make all these unbelievable plays all over the field. They just need him to throw at timing, hit the guys that are open, and manage the game.
We're set for kickoff. Kicker approaches. So squib that towards the sideline. And brought down around the Eagles' own 35-yard line. And that's where they'll look to get the revenge tour after the interception.
That was Josiah Saunders that time on the return. Really just nowhere to move. And one thing Berea has struggled on defensively so far tonight is, again, bringing down the ball carrier at that initial point of contact. But good job there bringing him down. Really no gain after that squib. Decent starting field position.
I'm really curious. I'm really curious to see how the Eagles coaching staffs, if they make any adjustments to the way they're running the offense after the interception, if they go ground heavy, or if they just continue to let him sling the ball all over the field.
Two tight ends to the left. Handoff down the middle. Will he find space? Yes, he does. Found the first down right at the marker. Will they reward it to him? Yes, they will. Colburn once again. He's been the runner here for Avon.
Another wide open hole, too, right there in the middle of the field for Colburn. And he's not just taking the open holes, he's getting extra yards on top of it.
Yards after contact is key for a running back, especially when you're not getting contact until around the 2nd-yard line. Elder drops back, has a man downfield. Can he find him? Yes, he does. He's been open all day long. This will land right around the 36-yard line, 37-yard line.
Finn Jordanic, man, he has really impressed me so far in this game. He wasn't one of those Avon receivers that we talked about pregame, those main three guys, but he's been all over the field tonight, wide open.
They like him in that slot. A lot of slant routes for him. Handoff down the middle. Wow, and he's not even touched by Reese until after the first down marker. That was Colburn once again. Kid's having a night.
Yeah, early candidate, I would say, for the Cement Mason Local 404 Player of the Game. Make sure, folks, if you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook tonight, drop in the comments who you think's deserving. We got one for offense, then Mickey's will support the defensive player.
Oh, and halted at the line of scrimmage. So that was the first carry.
Dean Andrus.
Yeah, who is listed as a wide receiver.
Another one of
we have a
those
flag. Sorry, Nick.
Just another one of those many backs that the Eagles are throwing out there in this game. And they're all great. They're all great. You can't really go wrong if you're the Eagles with any one of those guys that you throw out there.
The rare face mask from the offense. That's not something that you see, is an offensive player grabbing a face mask. Seems unnecessary.
You'd think.
Again, didn't see what had actually happened on that penalty, but a lot of times on the offensive side, it's kind of incidental when you're going down, so you're trying to kind of keep churn and go. You just grab on whatever you can. Happens to be the face mask, but again, obviously hurts Avon here as they now have first and forever.
First and 25 to be exact. They're on the 38-yard line. 2:47 left to play in the second quarter. Elder. Man in motion. Looks deep, throws deep, has a man wide open at the 20-yard line and falls for a few more after a bunch of Titans are able to corral him.
Nick, you You were wondering if they were going to make any adjustments. I'm going to go ahead and say they're still more than comfortable with Blake
Yeah,
Elder
no,
slinging the ball.
that just shows that how much confidence that this coaching staff has in Elder. The fact they're still letting him throw the ball down the field, and he's got guys that are open. Just got to get him the ball. That was Clapham there that time on the reception. Gets 22 of the 25 that they needed there on first down. Just a huge play.
Elder wears 19. It's a really odd number for a
Not
quarterback.
a lot of QBs wear 19.
Ryan
you don't
Leaf?
see that a lot. I think he was 16. Joe
Might
Montana
be.
on the Chiefs.
19, yeah, that's exactly right. Handoff. Fights past the first down marker, so it only took him 2 plays to pick up more than 25 yards. That's a state championship team. That's the only way you can explain how fast this team moves. It can pick up 30 yards in an instant. It's 1st and 7. They're moving quick, doing a muddle huddle, as they cannot pick up the chains. As this visit to the red zone is brought to you by the Kelly McLean Achievement Center.
Not to go back to the number thing, but Bryce Underwood at Michigan wears 19.
Bryce
Maybe
Underwood.
he's bringing it back. Maybe that's becoming
Maybe that's the, yeah.
Johnny Unitas.
Yes.
Did you just look that up?
Yes. I was going to try.
Pittsburgh Steelers, Johnny Unitas.
As we get a stoppage now. Yeah. So the AI overview on Google literally brings up Johnny Unitas and then Bryce Underwood as the only two. So
there
not a
have
lot of players.
There have not been a lot of quarterbacks wearing number 19
Timeout called
in
with
recent years.
1:24 to go. We'll keep it here.
I do think it looks weird on a quarterback.
I love it.
Really?
Make it your own.
So my favorite numbers for a quarterback are 6 and 13. I think 6 if you're a scrambler and 13 if you're a big body pocket presence.
I like 7. Just something about it on a quarterback. There's been so many great QBs that have worn it throughout
Ben
the years.
Roethlisberger.
Yep. And it's really great for mobile quarterbacks, too. Obviously, Michael Vick has popularized it. And we've seen, as an Ohio State fan, we've had a few really good number 7s, Stroud and Haskins.
That's right.
And I'm always partial to 17. I don't know what it is. I just think it fills out
I like
perfectly.
17, yeah. No, it's good. I think 7 is perfect because I feel like the 1 and the 7 is like it's a crowd.
1 is a receiver number, in my opinion, at this point.
I don't like it on a quarterback unless you're a runner.
Yeah, you have to be a runner to wear 1.
What number's Lamar? 8?
8.
I think 8's a good scrambler.
Kyler's 1?
Kyler's 1.
It looks good on him. Such a small
It's
body.
a certain. It's definitely a running quarterback number for sure.
For sure.
Well, glad we were able to give you our jersey number breakdown. But we do have football coming back.
When I used to announce baseball, I would just, by the 3rd inning, it was just, I like what the Astros do with their uniforms. Single back formation, 2 tight ends to the left, wide receiver on both sides, wide receiver now in motion. Handoff down the middle. Can he find space? Not too much. He'll have a small gain there. That'll bring him to the 5-yard line.
Now, if you're the Titans right here, going into halftime, it would be so massive to hold them out of the end zone here. But hold them. I don't know if Avon would kick a field goal this far down the field, but if you're able to at least get them to 4th down and put them in that situation, that would be massive for the
No,
Titans.
they do have 3 timeouts left. It's 2nd and 5. So they'll have 3 downs to use if they need them, counting this one. Elder. Handoff to the big man. Bounces outside. He has plenty of room. Touchdown for the Eagles. Colburn does it again.
Untouched there into the end zone. You just saw a wide open hole open there on the left side of the offensive line, and Colburn found it immediately. Nice little cut he did to get to the outside, and Avon goes up now 27-14 pending the extra point.
(27-14) currently the score as the Eagles look for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick. Good. 28-14. 38 seconds to go. See if Berea-Midpark can make an impact on the scoreboard before they take it to half. And Avon, maybe they double dipped a little bit, Brandon. They get the ball back at half.
Yeah, I was going to say for Berea, this might be a little bit of an easier decision if they get the ball to start things off. But Avon, other than the interception, every one of these drives they've been able to put up points. So again, we mentioned it. You got to take advantage of your opportunities at Berea-Midpark. We've seen that they have the explosives to go down and score quickly. I think it would really benefit them to give it a shot here.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what they do here. They only have one timeout left, 38 seconds, but you have explosive playmakers all over the field. If there is a team that can get down the field quickly and get points on the board, it's them.
And remember, for our Cement Mason local player of the game, in our Mickey's defensive player of the game, you have a vote. If you're watching on YouTube or any other way that you're watching this, you can leave a comment and we'll find it. So make sure you do that. We'll make sure to take a gander at it. And before we announce who the award winners are going to be, hey, you have a vote and you have a say, and we look into it.
Yeah, all votes are counted, including ours.
But mainly mine.
Yes, it's actually only Dom. None of your opinions matter, nor do ours.
You're just gonna pick a random guard that you really like. Just threw down a couple.
It's been the
I've been
offensive
close.
line for 6 weeks in a row. It's
I've
crazy.
been close. I've been really close. I honestly, last week, I was very close to just giving it to the offensive line of Avon Lake. I was very tempted of giving them the Mickey. I was just get rid of the defensive player of the game and give it right to the offensive line. Kickoff up and away. Clay will receive at the 5. Looking for space. He'll find a little bit of room. Oh, he's hopping, and he finds room. He's at the 50. He might be races. Play, can he do it again? The fastest man in Berea. Touchdown, Berea-Midpark. We have a one-score ball game once again.
Tyson Clay is almost single-handedly keeping the Titans in this football game. Man, he has incredible speed in the open field. Broke a couple of tackles there on that run as well. Man, what a special player.
95 yards to the house.
And when you're not the favorite, these are the ways that you stay in a game, right? You had the big chunk 86-yard pass earlier in this one. You had the interception brought all the way back to the 10, and now a kick return is keeping Berea-Midpark in this game right now.
Snap, hold, low kick again will be good enough to head to the track and to the berm of Baldwin Wallace. There's actually a shot put pit back there as well. I don't know why. I don't know who uses it, but it's back there, Brandon.
I imagine they use it for shot put, Dom.
I've never seen them use it for shot put because they go to the fairgrounds for shot put.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that you lived here. Well, folks, it's been fun. Dom is escorting me out of the stadium as we speak.
And the rest of the game will just be me and Nick.
He's going to leave the camera right where it is.
As someone who is not nearly as familiar with this area as you guys are, I'm going to let you guys duke it out about the intricacies of
If we
Baldwin
want to
Wallace
go with
University.
semantics, I lived closer to the shot put pit than you have.
I used to live right down on Eastland, man.
I lived right, like I'm
All right,
pointing
yeah,
at
never
where I
mind.
lived.
Fine,
I
Dom.
lived on North Hall.
It's
I lived
your
in
house.
Finley, and I lived right on Beach Street twice. Actually, I
Mr.
lived on Beach
BW
Street.
himself,
Yeah.
Dom Clary.
Yeah,
All
lived
right,
on Seminary.
Fine.
Yeah.
I had to suffer through Heritage.
Let's name all the dorms. E-House.
Hey, big upgrade sophomore year. Love E-House. Shout out to E-House.
Yeah, shout out to Finley, air conditioning.
As was E-House.
Oh, was it? No,
Yes, it was. Yes.
Didn't know
Heritage
anyone
was
in
not.
E-House. All the football players lived in Finley. That was planned. There was not a single male that lived in Finley that wasn't a football player. Kickoff underway with 24 seconds, 28-21 the
It's gonna go out of
score.
bounds.
And that will be, I mean, that will give
It's going to give him good
Avon
field
an
position.
opportunity to move down the field quick. So who knows? We might.
All 3 timeouts left for the Eagles. I'm not going to be shocked if they actually try and make a push downfield here.
Could we have Bedlam in Berea? I love saying that. Bedlam.
They need off topic, but the fact that that series isn't played yearly anymore.
That's Oklahoma State,
yes,
correct?
the fact that it's not yearly played anymore sucks.
Based on how Oklahoma State looks this
Yep.
year, I
Yes,
don't think
but
anyone's too
those
sad.
games used to be so fun, man. Those games used to be awesome.
You're saying that, and I'm sure you remember being delighted watching those games. Oklahoma has beaten them like 90 times.
Dude,
in the
those
last
Mason
100 games.
Rudolph years with Oklahoma State, dude, they were a problem.
They nearly made the college football
Yeah,
playoff 2 years
they
ago
were
as
really
well. They had a
good for a
team.
while. It obviously fell off the rails. That's why Mike Gundy's out of a job now.
Now
But
Mike Gundy is looking for a new home. Elder and the pistol. Claps. Handoff. Big physical run. Colburn once again.
so it does not seem like they're going to be aggressive here. It looks like they're comfortable taking this, but I guess they called timeout.
They called the timeout.
Okay. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
It did take a couple extra seconds to get that in, which is interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Still, though, 15 seconds, 2 timeouts. Time to push it if they want to.
Yep, they're fixing. So the
There it
timeout
is,
was
yep.
called earlier on, and
There it goes. They get the clock sorted.
a lot going on.
Again, Avon will get the ball in the third quarter.
Is Avon taking every second they can use on the timeout? What a game this has been so far. I mean, I knew we expected that Berea could easily stick in this game, but anytime you call Avon, you expect it to go favorably in their direction.
Oh, for sure. I mean, again, I was at their game against North Ridgeville 2 weeks ago, and North Ridgeville, that's the undefeated other than that game. I thought that was going to be a much better
Elder
game.
drops back, looks to throw, finds a man on the curl route, and tackled just next to the 40, and that's Grant Barr. Are they going to move quick? 11 seconds. They're looking to get in field goal range. Sub by Berea. Too many people might be coming off. And timeout again for Avon. This might be the longest minute in Trussell Field history. You know, there's always been turf here at Baldwin Wallace on George Finney Stadium. You know, talked to a lot of guys that played on those 90 teams that won the OAC and made multiple trips to the national semifinals and lost to Dayton. They used to dominate Mount Union and John Carroll back in the day, and this turf was flat. It was old school AstroTurf, and they used to call it the magic carpet. So anytime you call, I'm here, I always think I'm back at the magic carpet. Though I never played on the field called the magic carpet. It's cool to think that it had a reputation like that.
That's a more fun way to call it. That's
The
way
magic
more-
carpet.
Yeah. That's a great. I think some. That should be like
universal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the turf looks like grass, right? Like, it's this is a beautiful turf. I mean, this got put in 2018, which doesn't seem that long ago, but it was my freshman year here. It was the first year of the turf. And boy, does it look beautiful. Though it is older now. It does not look the way that it did when I first got here, but still looks phenomenal. They do a great job with designing this turf. And another timeout called. The longest minute in Berea.
Well, Dom, I think they wanted to hear more about the turf.
I don't know if I have any more stories about the turf, actually.
You didn't.
I do have
no
a
more
story
turf
about.
material? No.
Yeah, I like that one.
Right.
I do have a story about the berm.
Okay.
We were losing the Marietta.
That's turf
my
adjacent.
Senior year, turf adjacent. So, if you don't know what a berm is, it's essentially just like a hill, and it makes the stadium look like a bowl. Well, students, especially frats, they're allowed to. I mean, students in general, they can sit on the berm. So it's really weird. They can essentially go on the field and sit on the berm, but also the student section. You can see that in your bottom, maybe in your bottom left, but there's a student section there as well. So the baseball team dressed up as bananas, and we were down by, I believe, 2 scores, and they surrounded around the berm, on top of the berm, and they clapped, right? They did the skull clap. We won that game, and we played our best football the year after that. So good memories here at Baldwin Wallace.
that sounds like some.
berm.
That sounds like some college baseball player activity right there. for
College
sure.
baseball players are animals, man.
Those
They
are
were fun.
Pretty much all my best friends, college baseball players, and yeah, it's
Elder?
a wild time.
Looking to scramble. Looking downfield, finds a man, almost drops it as he goes to the 30-yard line. In 5 seconds, probably should have been 6, but 5 seconds on the clock.
They're gonna send the kicker out now. This is a long
They
field
have
goal.
a
I don't know.
timeout. Maybe they'll have a heave here. I don't know if they have enough time to run a play and call a
Yeah,
timeout.
I don't know if they have enough time to get one more play and do a field goal. This might be too long of a field goal. We're looking at a 50-yarder.
Right now,
Or
offense
47-yarder.
still staying out there.
So this should be the final play unless they have a quick hitter, but I don't see how they'll do it. 3 guys up top. Yeah, they'll get a quick hitter. 3 seconds, and he'll go out of bounds. Does the kick team go on? They're going to discuss it.
It looks like they are coming on.
It looks like they are coming on. So, gentlemen, let's calculate this.
Oh, boy.
And they're confident in their kicker's range.
It's a long, for high school, man, this is a long field goal attempt. You don't see a lot of field goals from this distance in high school football. But, you know, Avon, they've had great kickers throughout the years. They always have a solid kicking game, good special teams. They believe they can make this.
It's about a 46-yard field goal. Or, sorry, that would be...
46.
No, that is incorrect. That'd be about a 41-yard field goal.
Yes.
Math is hard. That's why I call football.
Love you, Brendan.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it has to be mentioned as well. That was elite clock management and game management by the Eagles on that drive. 5 seconds left. Do they have enough time for another play? They did. They ran the perfect play, out route to the sideline, quick play, still got enough time for a field goal. Awesome game management.
Technically, they could do it again. 3 seconds. They run the exact same play and hit it, but that was about as perfectly executed as you could have gotten.
This is maybe the longest 15 seconds of my life. I just want to go into halftime.
No.
And take a breath of fresh air. But we are not allowed to do so here at Baldwin Wallace.
Got to make sure we're doing it right, Dom.
I am going to start hitting the glass in front of us here very shortly. There's another discussion of the clock, of the referees. They've done a great job here today. But, boy.
A lot of discussion. A lot of discussion.
I mean, Berea-Midpark is understandably upset, where they did not think that all that, just 2 seconds ran off the clock.
Still, I think either way, there was for sure some time left on that
And we are
clock.
just having discussion after discussion.
We got the Berea defenders on the field trying to hype the crowd up right now, get some energy in here as we prepare for halftime, if that ever comes.
It may not. We are in purgatory.
So if we make it there, game of the week for week 7, we'll have Berea-Midpark again. As they'll travel to North Ridgeville.
Yes, we will. Should be a good one. Brandon SP back on the call. Mike Rogers with him. I almost said his name like that TikToker. It says Rogers Center. I almost said it like that. Mike Rogers be with him. First time back. Oh, you should watch them. They're funny. And I don't know. And now they're going off the field. I'm just not quite sure what's happening. As the refs have, and maybe it's no clue with the clock or the spot.
Now I think he just signaled T. I'm out. What is the entire Berea coaching staff is now out onto the field.
Timeout, Avon.
I mean, they've had plenty of time. They've had 11 seconds of straight time.
Hey, they didn't like the look that they got from Berea's defense there, okay?
What are you doing?
They got to re-gear up for the kick, change coverages.
And now we're going back to talking to the sideline. We're just, again, these refs are doing a great job. We're not making fun. We're not teasing. They're doing a great job every week. They're trying to make sure that they do the job right. So we respect that. We love that. We need more referees. And these gentlemen are sacrificing Friday nights with their families to be here. So again, we're not attacking the referees. They're doing a great job. But this is the longest 11 seconds of my. I've been on this earth for 26 years, I think. And this might be the longest of those 26 years. Is one referee is just running to the.
Checking the rules?
He's checking the rule book. He's going to check the rule book.
Does anyone have the rule book?
I think he does in that bag over there. He's got it in that bag over there.
We are retrieving the rule book. This may be a first on this broadcast.
I need a drink of water.
You take a breather, Dom. We got you. Let us know if you can find that rule book. So yeah, definitely a first. These teams will continue to talk this
I'm
over
not
more. I'm not really sure what else you
fully
can talk
sure
about.
about the confusion here because it looked like a pretty simple play. He caught the ball, got out of bounds, should just be able to figure out how much time's left on the clock and kick the field goal from there.
And normally, if we're just talking about a couple of seconds, they generally aren't going to look this much into it, especially when the next play is
This
going
is going to be the
kick.
last play too, no matter
Correct.
what. This is going to be the last play.
Which is kind of leading me to believe maybe there was something else that we didn't see that they're discussing
There has
here.
to be because I'm not really sure of the confusion right now. I mean, you got two refs over there squatting, looking through the rule book right now.
I'm going to sit down.
It's cool to see that they have an actual rule book. I was
Yeah.
joking about it.
You know, this feels very Little League to me. Oh, okay, let me rephrase that. It feels like my time as a Little League umpire. Not Little League as that's not an insult. Little League in the fact of, like, what's the rule? And then you have to check the rule book. I have to do that 100 times to referee.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I've seen this since I was playing 12U baseball back in the...
I mean, it is 8:26. This first half has been an hour and a half long.
Has anyone considered using ChatGPT?
That's a good question.
Probably be wrong.
More than likely, but we'd at least be at halftime.
I want to know what the rule is that we're trying to figure out.
It's just
So are they.
Like, it looked like a pretty simple play, right? Like it was just quick, out of bounds. Okay. Oh.
Okay, so we got a little bit of context here. It sounds like this may actually be about the goalposts themselves. We are playing in a college football stadium. These goalposts are a little bit more narrow. So the argument from Avon is that they should be able to kick the ball from a different hash mark on the field to kind of adjust for that difference in width. So now that makes a lot more sense. I do understand why they would have to consult a rule book for that, because this is not something you see every day.
Okay, it looks like they're done with the rule book.
Yeah, this is very specific. A lot of discussion up here in the press box as well. Like,
I think the
I don't know
hashes
if they
were
would
the
even
same
be
in high school and college. No?
the hashes are the same. I think what the discussion is they're trying to say they should be able to shift one way or the other to adjust for the fact that these are smaller goalposts. Now, I don't really understand the argument there because both teams are using the same goalpost. It is not providing a particular advantage for either side. So I get Avon, and credit to Coach Elder. If he's able to find a rule here and take advantage of it, that's good coaching. Otherwise, though, I don't really understand why this would be such a discussion, considering everyone has to kick through the same goal.
You know, it's what elite programs and elite ran programs do, though. They try and find every little way that they can have an advantage in a football game, and they're doing that right now.
I would never wish this on a kid, but if this kick gets missed after all this discussion.
You know, my first football game I went to, I was in a stroller. So I've been watching football for almost 26 years of my entire life, whether I remember it or not. This is the first. I think we've spent maybe 15 minutes within the last minute of this.
I think 15 minutes in the last 5 seconds.
It's very possible. And it doesn't look like we're starting.
Oh, they're moving the football.
All right, so they did move it to a different hash mark, we believe. Okay, so it did come down to the hash marks. They didn't consider that. So because the goalpost is wider, the hash marks are wider as well.
I thought the hash marks were nearly identical because the field goal posts are identical.
They are not. The field goal posts in high school are wider. Not by a lot, but they are wider. And Avon's excited about this.
All right, here we go. We have a 41-yard field goal. We are back in action. Petro looking to make the field goal after the long, long break as we have our halftime show waiting for us with Brandon Sutter-Petter. And that halftime show is brought to you by the Cement Mason Local 4-4 Union. Snap.
hold, kick. And he missed it. He missed it.
Wide
Unbelievable.
left.
They used to throw kicker over a rule. Unbelievable. As the clock expires and we head into the halftime break, 28-21. It has been absolute mayhem here in Berea. Big plays in rule arguments. Time and time again. Wow. Just a phenomenal way to end the half. 28-21 is the score as we head into a long-awaited halftime show with Brandon Soder. We'll be right back here with the Keon Sports Game of the Week.
This week's Keon Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by the Cement Mason Local 404 Union. Whether you're an experienced journeyman or an apprentice, their doors are open for you to join the union. Current and future demand for skilled craftsmen necessitates an apprenticeship program that takes into consideration practices of one of the world's oldest trades, along with instruction in new techniques, applications, technologies, and materials. The Local 404 Cement Masons Joint Apprenticeship Training Program supports a world-class curriculum of instruction and on-the-job training for more than 40 apprentices annually. Union Cement Mason skills are honed with the most comprehensive apprenticeship training program in the industry. B.A. Sweetie Candy Company. The world's most famous candy company is right here in our backyard. They are located at 6770 Brook Park Road in Cleveland, and it is a candy lover's paradise. They have every candy from your childhood, so make sure to visit them today. JBL Roofing and Construction. JBL is a licensed, bonded, and insured contractor with the experience to complete any job needed for your home or property. Let their team of professionals help you with vinyl siding, windows, roofing, and gutters. Get the job done right the first time and stress-free with JBL. Call them today at 330-677-9463 or visit them on the web at jblrc.com. The Cleveland Building and Construction Trades Council provides essential coordination and support to the work of its affiliated local unions in order that, through inter-trade solidarity, organized construction workers achieve a powerful voice in government, bargaining, and in their communities. They work to secure the trade jurisdiction and autonomy of their affiliates as the respected arbiter of trade issues, and through that work contribute to the community of employment and economic security of organized construction workers. Established in 1913, the Cleveland Building and Construction Trades Council continues to provide skilled union craftsmanship throughout Northeast Ohio. Neopat is a nonprofit dedicated to supporting veterans, military service members, and their families right here in our community. From emergency assistance to family events, scholarships, and mental wellness programs, Neopat works to honor their service and sacrifice. You can make a difference by donating, volunteering, or sponsoring programs that directly impact local military families. Learn more and get involved at neopat.org.
North Ridgeville Athletic Boosters is a charitable organization consisting of dedicated Ranger supporters serving athletes, coaches in our community.
Chatty's Pizzeria. In the heart of Bay Village at 28611 Lake Road, this incredible pizzeria offers a full menu of food and drinks. They have everything from a casual dining experience to the romantic setting of a long-awaited date night. Their food is made on the spot with fresh ingredients and classic recipes that the entire family will enjoy. From a cozy spot in the igloo to the party room, everyone will be taken care of. Call 440-471-4485 or email info@Chatty's Pizzeria for reservations.
Some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Brock Sandich, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Brock Sandich, and Brock Sandich said, nope, give me that. I'm holding on to this. And reaches that arm towards the plane, broke it, and that's a touchdown and now a lead for the Blue Devils.
Woo, I got chills here, Cole. This is a huge crowd here for Brunswick here tonight, and Brock Sandich gave them something to cheer for. Going in, a lot of people doubted Brunswick. It's an early lead. They have to stay consistent. Anytime this Cleveland Heights team has their talented players, their smart players on the field, they have a chance to win the game. They need to be a little bit more. The adrenaline stops you. They need to get back up to that pace here.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Davis bouncing it to the outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched, and just like that. 4 plays, 4 runs, all carries for Marquise Davis, a guy who ran for 333 yards last week and 4 touchdowns. Did not have a big first half. It was quiet, and he shows up on the first drive right when the Tigers need him, 10-6.
You know, he gets that edge. There's no one that can catch him. There needs to be someone right in front of him if they want any hopes of stopping Marquise Davis. He has that.
If you're Cleveland Heights, you can use Brunswick's game against them. Still 8 minutes to go, but continue to run the ball, run the clock, and you have an opportunity for a fresh set of downs before making it into the end zone.
Davis slipping through a couple tacklers, keeps the legs churning. Nobody could bring him down. Was touched back around the 8-yard line and just kept dragging defenders. And that's why he's the type of running back prospect we've been. Happened to the green wave on the other end. Here an option. This one going to be a pitch to the outside. Got a block and going to step into the end zone right around the corner. Nice.
And folks, welcome on into the Cement Mason Local 404 Union Halftime Show. I am your host, Brandon Soder. This is the Keon Sports Game of the Week, Week 6, Avon Eagles 28, Berea-Midpark Titans 21. It looked like early in this game that Avon might just start a boat race as they went up a couple scores early on. Berea-Midpark, courtesy of a long touchdown pass, a interception that brought it all the way back to the Avon 10, and a kick return touchdown, they find themselves within just a score. We knew Berea-Midpark's offense could hang. So far, the big plays on defensive special teams have been able to keep them in it. So 28-21 the score here. We'll go ahead and throw it around Northeast Ohio high school football, let you know how some of the other games in the area are going. Walsh Jesuit, they currently trail Akron-Hoban 7-10. They're in the third quarter. Olmsted Falls, they currently trail Amherst 10-13. Amherst featured in our game of the week last week against Avon Lake. Elyria, they trail Avon Lake 28-0, still in the second quarter. Kent Roosevelt and Barberton, that still says first quarter, so no real update there as of yet. Padua, they are trailing Big Walnut 0-35. They're in the third quarter now. Lorain and Brunswick in a close one, third quarter. Brunswick leading that one 14-12. Green is trailing Canton McKinley 3-7. They're also now in the third quarter. Again, a lot of games going to be in the third quarter, folks. As you were watching, had a little bit of a rule kerfluffle as they were trying to figure out where to spot a kick to end the game, or to end the half here at Berea-Midpark. So again, we went a little bit long, but just a couple more scores for you folks. 28-0 in favor of Menor over Cleveland Heights. They are, you guessed it, in the third quarter. St. Vincent St. Mary and Elyria Catholic tied up at 14 in the third. As we scroll on down, try to get you any more big names in the area. Cuyahoga Heights 14, Independence nothing in the third. Glenville and John Marshall currently playing, no score update from there as of yet. North Olmsted, they currently lead Lakewood 21-0. That game being played in Lakewood. Ashtabula Lakeside 21, Madison 32. They're still showing in the second quarter. North Ridgeville 14, Midview 10 in more SWC play. Nordonia in a tight game against North Royalton. They trail by 1, 27-28. Bears on top in that one. Cloverleaf 16, Ravenna nothing. Ravenna had earlier in the year as they faced off against Normandy. Stoneman Roan Falls 0, Solon 14 in the third quarter. Benedictine 7, St. Ignatius nothing. They're still in the second. Medina 7, Strongsville 28. Strongsville's been having a phenomenal season as of late. And that is going to do it. One more for you folks. Rexville Broadview Heights 0, Wadsworth 35. They are still in the second as well. Just want to remind you folks that all turnovers and penalties in this game are brought to you by Stevens Tax Service. Hey fans, all penalties I just read that. No one wants penalties at tax time, so turn over your taxes and financial needs to Stevens Tax Service. Tom has been in business for over 15 years and will make sure that you don't fumble your finances. You can learn more at StevensTaxService.com. That's Stevens with a PH, taxservice.com. Or you can give them a call at 440-331-8989 to get help with all your tax and notarization needs. So that's going to wrap it up for us here on the Cement Mason Local 404 Union Halftime Show. Folks, make sure if you are watching on YouTube or on Facebook for the first time tonight, let us know in the comments who you think is deserving of both the Cement Masons offensive and the Mickey's defensive players of the game. We take all of your votes into account. The broadcast team, they will have their votes in there as well. Dom will run down and make sure the winners get their t-shirt, get their picture with the moose, get their moment in the spotlight. But again, make sure your voices are heard. Vote early, vote often. The Cement Masons and Mickey's players of the game. But that's going to do it for me, folks. We are going to take another break. A couple more ads to show you. Pay some bills here at Keon Sports. But when we come back, it's the second half of Avon at Berea-Midpark. Avon 28, Berea-Midpark 21. We've got a game, folks. We'll be back.
This week's Keon Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Rookie's Sports Bar and Grill, your one stop for all things food and fun, with a variety of cold drinks as well. They have fun and games, great people, great laughs, and great times. They feature the largest selection of dartboards and pool tables you'll find on the west side. From warm food to cold beer, they have you covered from start to finish. Check them out today at 6913 West 130th Street in Parma Heights. They are right in the heart of town. You'll walk away satisfied at Rookies as they hit a home run every time. Jenny's Popcorn. You can find their flavors anywhere popcorn is sold, including Giant Eagle and Mark's. Visit them online at jennyspopcorn.com or in person at 38727 Taylor Parkway in North Ridgeville, Ohio. They have everything from butter, cheese, caramel, and everything in between at this popcorn paradise. Spins Bowl. Spins Bowl has 36 lanes and a large redemption arcade with a full bar and restaurant. It is truly a good time for the whole family as it has something for everyone, young and old. Swing by their website for more info at spinsbowl.com.
Sergeant Clean Car Wash delivers the highest quality car wash and superior customer service in Northeast Ohio in the shortest amount of time possible. Their mission is to provide the highest quality car wash and superior customer service while serving as positive role models in their communities. You will not find a better car wash than Sergeant Clean.
The Robert Gates Legacy Foundation. This foundation aims to raise money to provide relief to organ transplant recipients. The cost of rejection medications are thousands of dollars per month, and they are needed to keep organ recipients alive. They also provide scholarships in Robert Gates' name and provide financial relief to living donors as they take time off of work for testing, workups, and surgeries, all to save someone's life by giving the gift of life. Lally's Handyman Service. From deck and fence building to indoor and outdoor remodeling, Lally's Handyman Service has you covered. Matt and his crew have been out to my home numerous times for a multitude of services and have hit a home run every time. Repair, replace, and remodel with Lally's Handyman Service. Give them a call at 216-789-2047. MDG Flooring. If you're in need of quality flooring for your home or office, look no further than MDG Flooring America in Medina. There is nothing that Steve and his talented staff cannot handle. Call them today at 330-725-5252 or stop in and visit them in person at 3812 Pearl Road in Medina. Pulp in North Olmsted and North Ridgeville. Tasty, healthy, and made fresh every single time. Pulp was created to be a better juice and smoothie bar. They've created smoothies, bowls, and juices to be the best tasting things you've ever tried. They focus on being truly healthy with their products and never compromise on quality. Their quick and friendly staff is passionate about making your visit to Pulp a great part of your day.
Let Katie Grasso take the hassle out of planning your next dream vacation. With CJ Vacations, they get you to the destination you want to be at with the price you can afford.
West Side Fleet. The West Side Fleet will be back in North Olmsted this summer at a brand new location in the south parking lot of the Great Northern Mall. Vendors and food trucks will be set up in the parking lot area. They'll have music, kids' games, and more in the grassy area. As always, it is rain or shine, and this is an outdoor event. Dates to visit are as follows: August 30th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and September 27th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. North Olmsted Sportsman's Club. They offer a little bit of everything that the true outdoor sportsman would enjoy. At NOSC, memberships are open to everyone from novice to master. For those just starting, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources sponsors several adult and junior programs open to the public at NOSC. Everything is provided free of charge, including equipment, ammo, and targets. Also, don't forget Ladies' Night. Find out more about one of North Olmsted's oldest and most prestigious clubs at nosc-online.com. Nancy's Main Street Diner. They only prepare your meals with the freshest ingredients. The dishes are made to order as they never use heat lamps and they take no shortcuts whatsoever. They're located at 426 Main Street in Grafton, Ohio. Nancy's Main Street Diner is your choice for all 3 daily meals. Tech Corp LLC. Through a relentless commitment to quality and service, Tech Corp LLC has developed a reputation for delivering work that exceeds expectations. They have the knowledge and experience to handle projects of any size and scope. Tech Corp LLC specializes in commercial and industrial roofing and offers assessment management programs, inspections, infrared scanning, restoration, project management, and consulting. You can reach them today by phone at 888-588-5524. Scalper's Bar and Grill. Scalper's Bar and Grill does it like no one else around. Unlike other places that close as early as 9 p.m., at Scalper's they stay open till 2 a.m. all 7 days of the week. They have the best food you'll ever put in your mouth, as they're serving up everything from subs, burgers, wings, and apps to Philly cheesesteaks, ice-cold beer, and everything you would want to eat. Do the best thing possible and make a personal trip there at 5718 Mayfield Road in Lyndhurst.
Some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Brock Sandage, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Brock Sandage, and Brock Sandage said, nope, give me that. I'm holding on to this. And reaches that arm towards the plane, broke it, and it's a touchdown and now a lead for the Blue Devils.
Woo, I got chills here, Cole. This is a huge crowd here for Brunswick here tonight, and Brock Sandage gave them something to cheer for. Going in, a lot of people doubted Brunswick. It's an early lead. They have to stay consistent. Anytime this Cleveland Heights team has their talented players, their smart players on the field, they have a chance to win the game. They need to be a little bit more. The adrenaline stops you. They need to get back up to that pace here.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Davis bouncing it to the outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched, and just like that. 4 plays, 4 runs, all carries for Marquise Davis, a guy who ran for 333 yards last week and 4 touchdowns. Did not have a big first half. It was quiet, and he shows up on the first drive right when the Tigers need him, 10-6.
You know, he gets that edge. There's no one that can catch him. There needs to be someone right in front of him if they want any hopes of stopping Marquise Davis. He has that.
If you're Cleveland Heights, you can use Brunswick's game against them. Still 8 minutes to go, but continue to run the ball, run the clock, and you have an opportunity for a fresh set of downs before making it into the end zone.
Davis slipping through a couple tacklers, keeps the legs churning. Nobody could bring him down. Was touched back around the 8-yard line and just kept dragging defenders. And that's why he's the type of running back prospect we've been. Happened to the green wave on the other end. Here an option. This one going to be a pitch to the outside. Got a block and going to step into the end zone right around the corner. Nice blocking there by the wide receiver, setting that edge and giving some room for number 30, Andre Jenkins, the sophomore, to make his way into the end zone untouched. And also credit to Elijah Gray on that pitch, well timed on the driving once again, looking to get their first win of the season and break that 9-game win streak for Holy Name dating back to 2013. But right now, Holy Name, they need to get a stop here. I know it's early in this game, but things are trending the way of Normandy. And a lot of it's because of Elijah Gray, the quarterback, trying to make a man miss an open field. He does. Past the 15-yard line, slips past the tackler, cuts inside, and he's going to barrel his way into the end zone. I'll tell you what's more slippery than that football tonight, and that is the quarterback, Elijah Gray. Nobody can bring that man down.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is one of the most exciting runners of a quarterback that I've seen.
And a reminder that this trip to the Red Zone has been brought to you by Kelly McLean Achievement Center. Visit kelly-mac.com to learn more. 2nd and 2 from the 5. Have to get to the 3-yard line to pick up the first down. Rodriguez on the carry. Looks like he's going to get close and just enough to move the chains. Down at the 2. 1st and goal.
That's nice having that first down marker right there. Now you have 4 golden chances at the 2-yard line to punch one in.
But don't forget, Dom, this is the second time it's happened just like this. They got a fresh set of downs on the 2-yard line earlier in this game. Didn't quite turn out. Got to shake off the cobwebs.
Still running out of the same set from the last 2 plays. They're going to go back to the well with Rodriguez again. And Rodriguez is into the end zone. Touchdown, holy name. And this crowd has come back to life after being quiet in the latter stages of the first half. 14-6, an opportunity to make it 7.
That's how you set the tone. That's how you come out of half and show that we're still here, that we're not done yet. This is a tough group, as Ryan Day said in his post-game interview after the Notre Dame game. This is a tough team. That's what Holy Name is. They proved it right there with that offensive line putting in work and those running backs doing well. That was a good drive.
Here's the hold, looks good, and that kick is up and good. 14-7, 1
did that. He needed that run. Yeah, he's hobbling, he's hurt, he's in pain. But as soon as he says go, and that ball hits his fingers, the light shining down bright on him, you have 11 hungry invaders trying to get to you, and all he can think of is the task at hand.
Pull back to pass, looking down the field. He's got a man wide open, and he finds him into the open field, and headed for the end zone is number 7, Colin Daskos, the senior, and an opportunity to tie this game up. What a huge play there as Cole kept his eyes down the field, and there was nobody around Daskos.
Hurt ankle, no ankle, it doesn't matter. He can throw the ball for 68 yards in the tutty all the way to the crib. Oh, Cole, Brandon, we have an exciting football game between a 1-win team and a no-win team. And baby, this crowd's into it. We're into it, the PA announcer screaming there in the PA system. We have an exciting one. I'll tell you what, that's all you want in a football game, a 60-yard touchdown pass, broken coverage. We'll take advantage of it.
This hasn't been the season where either of these teams really have picked up many wins, right? And you know what? We're not going to kick it. We're going to see if we can get it. I don't know. It will depend. If they go to the ground, you'd have to think they're stating that this is 4-down territory now.
I think it was the snap that got messed up last time. We just saw the holder there practicing the hold. I think they're going to kick it if they need to.
Here's a carry up the middle for Dix. They're not going to have to, as he's going to push close to the end zone. He stopped just short. That white wall there of the invaders kept him out of the end zone. But that actually might help Holy Name, because even though they didn't score there, they got a first down, opportunity to kill a little bit more clock if they want to here. Here's the run with the quarterback, and Andrew Cole slips through some tacklers into the end zone. Holy Name, their first lead on the night, 20 unanswered points.
My goodness, just ran it down the throat of Normandy. They weren't taking any chances. They weren't doing anything funny. They know what their record has been in the red zone tonight. And man, they didn't care. They redeemed themselves, finally put themselves up in this game. Minute 7 to go. Hopefully that's enough. You're still going to have to come out and play defense. But man, what a redemption arc for Holy Name, coming back from 14 unanswered, now up with just a minute 7 to go in this one.
So the lefty kicker and Josetti has an opportunity here to extend this lead to 7. This one's up, and this one is good on the PAT. 21-14. Looking at overtime for the first time this season here in our Keon Sports Game of the Week. And we're in week 7 now at this point, and here on 4th down now. 10 yards to go. Can Gray make something happen? Gray has some time, stepping up, looking down the field, lost this one up. Touchdown, Normandy, that one floated over the.
Welcome on back to the Keon Sports Game of the Week. We've had an exciting one here today. I'm Dominic Clary, Nick Torek. Did I say that right, or did I mispronounce it again? Tororic, sorry. And Brandon Soder. I will get names down eventually, but
it's hard, we'll do name tags next time, Dom.
We should do name tags. Phonetically spelled. Avon, they'll receive going left to right. Score 28-21 to start this second half. So we had the longest 1 minute in Berea football history. Kickoff set. Squib kick. That ball will drop. Will it be mayhem? No, it will not. Ball received. Can they stop him? Oh, misses one. Barrels two. And he's going to find some room right around the 45.
Great return there by Josiah Saunders. Being able to get away from a couple of tackles there and give Avon great starting field position here in this third quarter.
That was the second return on the day. If you're not familiar with these two teams. Also, we fixed the lighting issues. Brandon, thank you so much. You tried something a little bit new to adjust to lighting issues we had last time. You know, when you're in a press box and you have lights, you got to adjust pretty much every week. And we adjust from last week, and we didn't know that the lights would be so different here at George Finney Stadium. So, Brandon, thank you for everything you do.
Look, it was a problem I created, but it's at least fixed.
Problems are still problems. In the single back, two tight ends to the right. Handoff. Can he find room? Yes, he will. Boy, is he explosive. Barreling runners over for a gain of 6.
Based off what we saw in the first half, you know that Colburn is going to get more yards than he is supposed to on every touch that he gets, and he did just that there, running over a couple of defenders, picking up extra yards.
They're at the Berea 49-yard line. Two wide receivers up top, two below in the pistol. Colbert, the running back. Elder throws. Oh, could have been picked off again. Andre Alexander had an opportunity, but not able to get to it on time.
We've seen Elder put the ball in harm's way a couple of times tonight. And again, if you're the Eagles, like we mentioned in the first half, you just got to have him play good, conservative, smart football and get the ball to these explosive playmakers.
And Berea is playing deep in their secondary. They're not getting loads of pressure. I don't think they've had a pressure yet on Elder.
I don't think so.
But he's also gotten the ball off quick. You have a shift. Colburn moves to the left. Tight end also goes to the left. Drops back. Looks in the front. Oh, he drops the ball. Colburn. Uncharacteristic.
And again, rare miscues across the board tonight for Avon. And in the grand scheme of things, still playing relatively clean, disciplined football. But even when you make a few mistakes, it's, you know, it shows when you're Avon. And right now, those mistakes have been what is keeping Berea in the game. And it looks like the offense is staying out here, though, for fourth down.
Empty formation. 3 wide receivers in the bottom of your screen, 2 up top. Elder claps, looks to the sideline. They're at the 49-yard line. It is 4th and 5. This could be Berea-Midpark's first stop other than that Reese interception. Snap to Elder. Pressured. Throws. Dropped again and leveled. Big hit by big number 35. Wow, Bryce Summer.
And for just the second time tonight, not a turnover on down, so the first time tonight, but the second time this defense has come up with a stop. Down just one possession. Berea-Midpark with an opportunity to tie it up here early in the third quarter.
I mean, what a turn of events here for the Titans going back to the end of that first half. I mean, they were down 28-14 with 30 seconds to go until halftime. With Avon getting the ball at halftime, it looked like they were dead in the water, but a kick return touchdown, the missed field goal, and now coming out in the third quarter with a stop has them right back in this football game.
Back out there is Papashak, joined by him, Xavier Harden. High snap. Throws it, finds a man. First down and more. And guess who? Guess who? Nick Reese.
Again, Reese has been all over the field, both sides of the ball tonight. All three phases of the game been involved with tonight. He has been the difference for Berea-Midpark so far.
Yeah, Reese and Clay pretty much themselves have been all the offense for this Titans team.
Berea-Midpark at the 32-yard line of Avon. Best defensive stop they've had all night outside of the interception. Papashak drops back. Pressured. Throws deep. Does he have him? And he does! Oh! He dropped it in a flag is thrown. No, they're either going to call that a defenseless receiver. Actually, the defenseless receiver, or they're going to call that pass interference. That may have been a defenseless receiver.
That was a massive hit by Caden Clapham there, coming in right at the goal line, dislodging the ball. Just an incredible play, but unfortunately, it's going to go down as a penalty. And that was an amazing, perfect throw right there by Papashak, just putting it right in between the two defenders, giving his receiver a chance to make a play and draw the penalty.
Again, waiting for clarification of the call as well. So
yeah, again, Papashak's been on the money tonight, as is Elder for the most part. But one thing I am noticing is just the physicality from both of these teams. Again, a hard hit there going to go as a penalty for Avon, but it feels like every time that a ball carrier is starting to come down, there is a hard hit on both sides. The energy is there from Avon, from Berea-Midpark. Both of these teams feel like they have an opportunity to win this game and have felt that way from the jump. And that energy is palpable here at George Finney Stadium.
As we are still figuring out what the call is.
Good news is we know we have a rule book.
It's on the defense, but we didn't hear it over the microphone. So
I believe that was the unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, as they're trying to call this in, all that really came through on the audio was hit on a receiver, which on itself, not against the rules, but I'm assuming something went wrong there.
All right, 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line. And all red zone trips are brought to you by Kelly McLean Achievement Center. Boy, are they getting their money's worth here today. This is the most red zone visits I think we've had by both teams altogether, not just favored on one side. Throws, finds me, but dropped. Oh, he's going to want to have that one back. What number was that? Number 18 dropped that ball. Trevor Malley.
Man, that would have been a huge play for this Eagles defense right there. A big-time missed opportunity to get a turnover.
And we're going to get a first down. We're going to play it over. Looks like a penalty on Berea-Midpark.
Legal receiver downfield. RPO that happens on those plays. So they're going to have another shot at it.
They have declined this penalty.
Declined it.
Okay, so 2nd and 10 now. No harm, no foul.
Boy, is this confusing.
A lot of rules discussions tonight.
If you don't foul, no harm. I like that saying a lot. Yeah, I like it. You should put that on a t-shirt. Papashak joined with Howard on his right. Howard will leave. Finds a man. That's Clay once again. Fights, crawling to the 10-yard line.
Clay just refuses to go down, man. He never goes down on that first hit. Always gets the extra yards. He has been a difference maker tonight.
So we'll go 3rd down, 3 to go. Haven't ran the ball too much. They've been throwing the ball a lot. But they've also haven't been in the red zone too often. Only one true appearance in the red zone, I believe.
Yeah, well, we had 2. One was set up by the long interception. Oh, wait, no, yeah, you're right. That may be actually the only
This is the
trip.
only,
You're correct.
Yeah,
I apologize.
the only other trip. Papashak looks deflected. Oh, and falls to the ground.
Little extracurriculars there after the play, swatting the ball out of the hands of Papashak.
Let's see what Berea does here. A field goal would only do you so much when you're fighting an uphill battle, which they are when you are the underdog, right? The they needed big plays to stay in this. They've gotten the big plays, right? All their touchdowns have come off, 85 yards, 95 yards.
I think
all
against,
big plays, big interception.
I think against a team like Avon, in a game like this, you have to go for it in this situation. Field goals are not going to beat the Avon Eagles.
Keep in mind, too, a couple kicks blocked or nearly blocked earlier in this game as well.
Here we go, 4th and 3. Papashak sends the man out wide. And he's going to run it himself. Can he find 3 yards? Can he dive for it? I think he's going to be short.
I don't think he got it.
And he will be short. Big stop by the Avon Eagles defense.
That's twice now on 4th down plays that they have gone with the QB run, and it hasn't worked at all. I don't know if I love that play call right there. I mean, you have these elite receivers. You have an explosive offense. I think you got to find a way to get them the ball.
And we'll see if Berea's defense can respond now. Again, coming out of the half, the first time turnover on downs for Avon. If they can replicate that, they can continue to hang in this game. Again, want to maximize your opportunities. It's tough. You got to the red zone, and you weren't able to quite punch it in. Now time for the defense to pick things back up.
So Avon will start their drive at the 10-yard line. They can burn a lot of clock. 9:19 to go, 28-21 the score. Elder in the pistol. Hand off, there goes the big fella fighting for yards. Only a gain about 3 or 4.
That was a tough 3 or 4, though, from Colburn.
Always a tough 3 or 4 from Colburn. They have relied on him heavy.
You know, we talked a lot about the rotation of backs, and we've seen that some tonight, but it's really been the Colburn show in the backfield.
Hand off again. Colburn show back on air, fighting for yards. Can he get the first down? Yes, he does, and a tad bit more. He runs aggressively. He runs like Deuce Staley. He's throwback, former Steeler, Deuce Staley.
Brown's running back coach.
Brown's running back coach. Indeed.
Colburn, he's only listed 5'8", 180, but man, he looks bigger than that, and he runs a lot bigger than that.
He runs hefty, which isn't a bad thing for running back of his size. But he's quick. He's explosive. Good combo to have for the young man. Elder sends a man in motion. Drops back. Look. Throws. Quick release. Good block. But brought down quick by Reese. Only a gain of maybe 1.
I like that play right there, getting the ball in the hands of Finn Jordanic, who has been a dynamic playmaker for the Eagles tonight.
Berea-Midpark defense, more like. Holding strong. 2nd and 8 to go. Elder again in the pistol. Colburn behind him. Man in motion. Looks for the throw. He's going to run instead. Does he have a burst of speed? Oh, and laid out there by number 23, Jake Sekula.
I've seen Elder trying to make a play with his legs for the first time tonight, but Berea-Midpark ready for that one. And again, met right at that point of contact. Nice physical, disciplined tackle by Berea-Midpark. It looked like that was going to be a real issue early on in this game for the Titans, but since then, they've really been able to tighten things up.
It really feels like they have turned up their intensity, turned up their physicality so much just since the start of this game.
The pursuit angles have been better as well.
And the hits have been harder.
5. Elder looks. Finds a man wide open by himself. He's at the 40, all by himself to the 30. He's being chased down, but he can't grab his cleat. In the end zone, touchdown. Eagles, that's number 14. Caden Clapton.
Oh, man, what a breakdown there by the Titans. You saw they had 2 guys right there, and they both just let him go right past him. Nobody picked him up. That's just a massive, massive mistake by the Titans defense.
Can't have those mistakes at this stage of the game, especially when you are playing well as a whole. Can't capitalize in the red zone. Now you got to gain it back. But right now, it's the Avon show. Back up 2 scores. They get that cushion. Opportunity to tie it. Was fumbled. Not literally, but figuratively. Snap. Hold.
Almost blocked.
Kick up and good. It's Avon gets the touchdown and the extra point. 35-21. 6:59 left in the third quarter. And that was a hello and goodbye, but a hello anyway to the Kelly McLean Achievement Center. Anytime a team even says hello to the red zone, we say hello as well. Always have to. I'll tell you what. When I go to sleep tonight, I'm going to be snoozing and saying Kelly McLean Achievement Center.
We've had so much of it tonight. You got to find, like how you're finding different ways to incorporate it here throughout the game.
Of the one team running the scoreboard, I don't think this is the most points I think we've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. This
Between
has
two
been
teams.
Yeah, we've had a couple really competitive games. Again, Amherst Avon Lake was a very good game last
year,
week.
yeah.
Ravenna and Normandy earlier in this year, competitive games. But as far as high scoring on both sides of the ball, we have not seen anything like this so far.
I'll tell you what, this is definitely the two best passing attacks that I've
Yes.
seen this season by far. And you don't see that a lot, especially in Northeast Ohio football. A lot of teams run first, don't have a lot of explosive plays through the air, but these two teams are letting it fly all over the field, and it's entertaining to watch.
Absolutely. And just on the high school level in general, not even just Northeast Ohio, again, run game, if you've got, it's the safer play.
Yes.
Like the more that you can keep the ball in the hands of a running back, it's not going through the air, you're limiting the things that can go wrong. But you're seeing two teams that are very confident in their quarterbacks. Again, Blake Elder for Avon, and then again, Papashak on the other side, who he's filling in for the starter. We cannot forget that. He's keeping them in this game against Avon, and he was not even their starter at the beginning of this year, who is still recovering from injury. So a huge shout out to Papashak. He is playing very, very well tonight, regardless of the results of this. And by the way, guys, Berea-Midpark, they're not done.
No. And Papashak,
We could see them gain it back here once, and we saw that before the half ended when we had the longest 1 minute in football.
let's see. I mean, if I was Avon, I might want to avoid kicking it to number 3.
Let's see. But your other option isn't any better.
It's really not, but what we've seen Clay
yeah, and
do
they'll just
tonight.
put it in the turf, and it'll go to Clay anyway. Clay will return it. Looking for space. Finds a little bit, but he's hounded by the Eagles. Not something that typically happens with the Eagles.
Just
we
mixing
learned
a ball
earlier,
and one
as we learned earlier, they come in flocks.
They do come in flocks. But sometimes they like to hound.
Do they, Dom?
No. Berea-Midpark, they'll start on the 30-yard line, 6:53. Here in the third quarter, 35-21, your score once again. 2-touchdown lead for the defending D2 champion, Avon Eagles.
And we've seen the Titans respond well just when it looks like every time, just when it looks like Avon's pulling away and about to put them down, they've responded with a massive touchdown.
They've been having quick releases. Let's see if they look to go deep. Haven't had the time, really, for Papashak. Once again, back at quarterback. Claps, ready. Handoff, but he'll go nowhere. Hard and tackled in the backfield. This running game has been halted all night.
It was Ben Schaffner in the backfield, sending them down for a loss. That's what we saw a bit in the first half, where it looked like that Eagles D-line was getting off so quick and constantly making plays in the backfield.
They're back to the line. I'm going to interrupt you real quick. Now continue your thought real quick.
In the first half, we saw a lot of dominance on the D-line from the Eagles. They kind of have been away from that lately in this game, but let's see if they can get back to it right now. Now would be a good time.
Looked like they were going to snap it there, but now we'll snap it here. A clap, a snap, a look, a throw, trying to find room. Look like an alley screen, but just a slant. He'll pick up the first down. What a beautiful play there. Avon sent the house. And Berea-Midpark responded kindly with the first down and a little bit more.
Great play design right there. Anytime you can get a guy just running wide open in the middle of the field, you have done your job as an offensive coordinator.
And that was Alexander as well, one of the many starters in this wide receiver core that also start on the basketball team. A talented basketball team, by the way.
Just pure athletes out there.
Claps. Sends Harden off on his way. Needs to get rid of it quickly. He's going to run instead. Almost caught. High steps. He's at the 50, the 45. And that's where he'll stop there and out of bounds. This young man, who did not start at the beginning of the year, is having a heck of a night. Even despite them being down by 2 touchdowns, and they haven't had too many consistent drives, he has played well and kept his team in the game with plays like that.
What a job right there. Stepping up, avoiding the rush right in between 2 defenders and taking off to get the first down. Just another impressive play.
Harden to the left of Papashak. Clap. Handoff, no hold. Oh, RPO, little fancy. And who is that? That is Maddox trying to find room and finds a little bit more. So I like that right there, is that is an RPO. And many people think, oh, the RPO is a handoff. I'm doing color commentary too, I'm sorry. But they're doing handoff and then they go for the throw. No, you can run. My high school did this before it was even popular, where that was your quick action. That was, I like that. I like that they're able to, they trust a guy who is a backup to do that.
Tom Clary, Mr. BW, and Mr. RPO.
I do like the RPO. BW, big on RPOs. He's going to keep it again. They have not learned his lesson. He's going to throw it out wide. I don't think there was an illegal man downfield. Got to look out for that. Phenomenal job. This offensive scheme is incredible right now.
It really is. I mean, the past two plays, they fooled me with these past two plays. Both the times I thought he handed the ball off, and the next thing you know, he's running with the ball, looking like he's going to run, and then he just flicks it out to the outside.
Is this where you take the shot with 5 minutes in the third?
I mean, with the way Pavishek's throwing the deep ball today, I would.
He's throwing it well. Two to his left, tight together. Or two to his right, tight together. Two to his left, separated. By the way, do not play with tight ends. I tried finding a tight end earlier today. They might put it
out there.
All speed. That's all, and they've been like that for years. This wide receiver core has been consistent for the past 4 or 5 years. Harden to his left. Now on a swing motion. Pressure. Needs to get rid of it quick. Is he going to get brought down? Yes, he will, but he'll only lose about 1 yard. So some damage, but not enough to sink his battleship.
Great rush right there by Patrick. There's that Eagles defensive line showing up yet again here. We've seen it. It's really been kind of hit or miss with this D-line. Like, at times, they look dominant. Like, they cannot be stopped. But then on other plays, I think the Titans are doing a good job neutralizing it with their play calls and not letting them in the backfield.
Their play calls and their execution, they're really selling those fakes when they are running the RPOs. Done a great job of that so far.
Looks, throws again, finds a man in the middle, reaches, but way too short for the first down.
Every yard counts.
That reminds me of when that quarterback, this had to been maybe 7 years ago, a quarterback in college was stopping me 5 yards short of the first down. It was a turnover, and he gave the first down wave. Kills me every time I see it.
That was a tight window throw there by Papashek. Did not have a lot of room to get that completion in there.
He
delivered another good ball.
Finding those tight windows. 3rd and 5 on the 23-yard line.
Looks like Avon stacking the box here.
They love showing a mug look. Papashek pressured. He's scrambling. Got to throw it. Finds a man. Does he haul it in? Oh, my goodness gracious. And who was it? It was Tyson Clay.
That play was as dead as it can be right there. The whole backfield, the whole offensive line pushed right back into Papashek, and he's still able to escape to his left and find Tyson Clay.
Gentlemen, folks, he was a backup.
Yes.
They're within the 20. You know what that means. They're in the Kelly McLean Achievement Center. Maybe I won't add an H in there eventually. Pronounce it properly. But they're in the Kelly McLean Achievement Center. For all your academic needs. They work with athletes or just normal students getting ready for testing at the end of the year or even midterms. It's a place to go. Papashek. Snap. Pressure outside. Throws it quick. Finds a man. And that was Maddox. And he's going to land right at the 5-yard line. Let's see where they mark that.
It's another perfectly placed ball right in between the defenders coming up to hit him, and he put it the only place that it could be caught.
Now, even if they score here, the question is, did they not capitalize on that red zone trip last possession? That, because it is hard to stop this offense. Did they use up their one stop? That's the question. Papashek, tight formation. Deuce left, deuce right, tight to the offensive line. Motion set. Fakes the handoff. And he's tackled. Thought there may have been a fumble there for a second. Gains about 1 yard. Now, with a team that spreads the ball out, what do they have to do to now condense their formation and work in the parameters of essentially 15 yards, counting the 10 yards in the end zone?
They haven't had a ton of success on the ground tonight. You have to find some success in there. That's why they came up short last time. When you can't run the ball in the red zone, you're not going to score points.
That said, they've shown, they've faked the run so many times that they might be able to get Avon to bite and get one up there because the short, quick passing game has been so effective from Berea-Midpark. Maybe they can use that now to their advantage.
I think also you got to get the ball in the hands of one of your elite playmakers that you have out there.
Now they added another playmaker to the bunch because it's empty formation. Throws it to the back. Maddox jumps. And would have been out of bounds if he caught it anyway. That is incomplete. It will be 3rd and 4. Let's see if they rock with empty formation again.
Now, we have seen Avon make a stand in the red zone earlier this quarter. They really tighten things down when they've got that back line as an extra defender. And so far on 2 plays, they have held Berea-Midpark to just 1 yard. Titans got to show that they can make it count, make it happen with just 4 yards
On
to
that
go.
last play, you got to give a lot of credit, though, to Jarrell Fenton with amazing coverage. He played that about as perfectly as you can.
Papashak, handoff, no, he fakes it. Throws it on the middle. Touchdown, Titans. And guess who? Nick Reese scores for the Titans as we now have a 1-touchdown ball game. If the extra point ends up being good, what a phenomenal bounce back drive. This Berea-Midpark team is the best that I've seen in, 4 or 5 years of covering Northeast Ohio football.
I'll tell you what, I've been very impressed tonight. And that right there was the type of plays you got to keep running in the red zone if you're the Titans. Just the quick play action, roll out, find an open guy. You have playmakers. You know they're going to get open. That's what they need to do more of.
And that will be blocked. See, that's why I didn't speak too soon. So we'll have a score of 35-27. It will be an 8-point ball game. I'm sure we won't be talking about that later. And that's an impact. So, again, we'll mention it again. Stevens Tax Service. Won't do the whole read. Stevens Tax Services. It's the place to go for all your taxing needs. They sponsor all turnovers and penalties.
You know, to be a great football team, you have to be good on special teams. And Avon, I know they missed the field goal earlier, but I still think they've been very good on special teams tonight. They've had no problems with the extra points, no problems with their punts. Meanwhile, Berea, it's 2 blocked extra points and a blocked punt. That's really what separates sometimes a good and a great football team.
And it should be noted the blocked extra point did still make its way through, but
The first one did, yes.
You're absolutely correct.
It's still a struggle to block on these field goal tries right now.
But again, it's a double-edged sword because the special teams is the reason Berea-Midpark is still in it, but definitely need to shore things up on that kicking unit. Again, still too early to know if that's going to be what decides things, but again, against the Avon Eagles, you got to take every advantage you can get.
The kicking game, I mean, it's very, very important here in football, and Avon, that's something they've been great at for years now, and it's part of the reason they're such a good team every single year. They're good at all 3 units, not just offense and defense, special teams as well.
I know they had a Dom. I believe he started in the MAC. Was it Vacos?
He's at Wisconsin.
That's right. Yes, former Avon kicker. Again, history of good kickers at that program.
Won MAC Kicker of the Year his freshman year, and then left. I made that sound really mean. That was not a jab at him. He made the right move.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah, I don't know why I worded. I'm sorry to his family if they're listening. It's a great kid, and they're gonna say that they're offsides.
We'll try that again.
But I think further back, no?
Yeah, they're moving this back.
Now still 10 yards where they have to recover it. So they can now touch the ball at the 45 rather than the 50. I believe this is where college kicks, no? I would say I know, but I don't because I've never been on kickoff team. You may not be able to tell back home, but the gentleman next to me, they can see. Ready again? Kick directly to the sideline. 1:45 left to play in the
what
third
did we just
quarter.
say? Special teams, man. That's the second time that's happened tonight, to give the Eagles great field position.
And that set up the longest 1 minute in Ohio high schools football on that last drive. And Avon nearly able to put 3 more up before the end of the half. But all said and done, guys, Avon's got the ball here, but it's a 1-possession game. Berea-Midpark is hanging tough. They have gotten 2 defensive stops, one in the form of a turnover on downs, one in the form of an interception
So
in the
we're
first
going to
half.
re-kick.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Let's try it again, but this time from the 30.
That should make the difference.
Whew. Well, if you're watching the stream and thought, I wanted to watch football all night long, well, we're here for you. If we get done around 10, I'd be shocked.
Just wait till see what the last minute of the fourth quarter has in store for us.
Yeah, no, we could have
Make sure you stick around, folks.
We could have a doozy here tonight. All right, third time's a charm. Boots it this time. Catch it on the fly. Berea pursuing. Can't catch him. He's going to find room at the 50, the 45, now to the 40. 3 Titans trying to chase him at the 25, right beyond the 20. That was number 11, Hayden Bennett.
And that's tough. 2 miscues in a row, having to re-kick, brought you 10 yards back, and then given the shorter field to the Avon returner, they capitalize on that. And they're either going to be in or really close to their red zone at the start of this, and that is the last thing that you want to give to this Avon Eagles offense.
This Eagles offense, we know it's good enough already. You do not need to give them great field position, and when you do that, it's a recipe for disaster.
A lot to ask for this defense, but they have come up big in a few spots so far tonight. Let's see if they can do it again.
Only 22 yards. They need the drive to regain their 2-touchdown lead. Hand off to 20. He's going to find room. He's at the 10. He's fighting at the 5. And they're in the Kelly McLean Achievement Center. Red zone once again. That was number 20. Another young man that's gotten some of the carries. And Canning's done a good job here today. As I try to not be in the way of the spotter. Hand off again to Canning, and he scores from 4 yards out. Avon, 22 yards, 2 plays with 1:10 left in the third quarter. The Eagles add more on to their lead as Berea-Midpark is trying to claw out of this 2-score purgatory.
And that's just backbreaking for the Titans right now. You look like you got the momentum. You look like you're back in the game after scoring that last touchdown. Then you miss the extra point. You take 3 kickoffs just to get a ball in bounds. You give up a big return, and 2 plays later, the Eagles are in the end zone, and you're back down 2 touchdowns.
See, I'm not ready to quite call that backbreaking. It's the extra points up.
Extra point up, extra point good, 42-27.
I'm not ready to call it backbreaking yet because, yes, there have been some chances that Berea has not taken advantage of, but it feels like every time this gets to be a 2-score game, they find a way to respond.
At some point, you gotta get a stop. It's the only way you're going to come back in this football game. It feels like it's been the story the last 2 quarters has been Berea scores to make it a 1-score game, then Avon scores to go back up 2 scores, and that's kind of just been the theme of this game all night long. And if you keep making mistakes on kickoffs and on extra points, it's not going to happen. You're not going to come back.
You know, this Jersey matchup is like Syracuse and LSU.
Yeah.
The orange jerseys with the stripe, the blue pants, the white hats, what Syracuse wears. The only thing they're missing is the S. And then I say Louisville, good gracious. I say LSU because, I don't know any other team that's purple and gold.
I'm sure there's one out there.
East Carolina.
There you go.
Yeah, so they're purple and gold, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I think, though, I guess Avon is a little bit, but they use more of the yellow, it feels, and the purple's an accent.
Yeah.
Though they do wear purple at home, but they're like LSU to me with the yellow helmets.
Yeah.
Plus, Eastern Carolina's not real. Can't hurt you.
Hey, I don't disrespect my college football 25 national champion dynasty run with the East Carolina Pirates.
The most random team you could pick.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what bothers me, man, because I forget they exist.
If you pretend they don't exist, they can't hurt you, Dom.
They cannot hurt you.
You'll be happy to know, Dom, in ESPN 25, the Toledo Rockets, also national champions, courtesy of my rebuild.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes. Very fun.
I went to the MAC championship game with Kent.
That's impressive.
Well, that's more impressive than either of what we
I then won 5 games the next year and left.
Even you're leaving the MAC, Dom.
Everyone left. My entire players left. No one came back. I didn't know what to do. I mean, what am I saying? You can't recruit there, man. It's hard. It's hard. 110 here in the third quarter. It's been a long third quarter. Long game.
That's why we're talking about our video games right now.
And they take their time on the kickoffs. The big man gets it again. He had a nice return earlier. And he's going to have a nice return again. Oh, he's barreling through.
I'll tell you what, I would not want to tackle that guy. He's got some speed to him, too, when he gets going.
Again, a rare combination. You don't generally see a player that big, that deep in the playoff or in the kick coverage.
So
they trust him.
I have a funny story that Tyvis Powell told me. He was the defensive MVP of the 2016 National Championship game for Ohio State.
2015.
And so he was telling me this story when he was in the NFL of when the ball went to Vince Wilfork. And it was like on a kickoff or a punt of some sort. I forget, where he would have been on the field at the same time as Vince Wilfork. And they looked around and thought, how are we supposed to bring him down?
I didn't even know Vince went out on kickoffs.
It may have been field goal team.
Oh, field goal.
Yeah. Yes, 'cause that's where he would have been on the field. Snap. Fakes the handoff with the throw, but it's too low, and it'll hit the turf. That was to Reese, but hit the turf. There's 1 minute exactly left to play here in the third quarter.
Still running a lot of play action. I do feel like Avon's starting to key in on that, though. It's been a while since we've seen Berea go back to the run, which, to their credit, has not worked. But eventually, Avon not going to bite on these. And, again, an incompletion there, but even so, the defenders were right there ready to make the tackle.
Papashak. Running back in motion. That's number 25. Sends him out. Pressured. Needs to do something quick, but he cannot. He's hauled in by a swarm of Eagles.
There's that great Eagles defensive line once again. They were not able to scheme up a play to neutralize him that time. And when they're not able to do that, when they're not able to have these scheme plays and get the ball out quickly, that's when this Eagles D-line is really teeing off.
Teeing off indeed. It's 3rd and 19. They are just sending pressure as they trust that their coverage unit will do a good job back there.
It's a hard ask against these receivers, though.
Papashak trying to change the call, and we'll have a penalty as time expired.
Timeout.
A timeout was called. Flag was thrown. There are play clocks here at Baldwin-Wallace. There's one behind the berm. It is in the most ridiculous spot, by the way. Can you guys even find it?
That one?
Yeah, it looks like a reflection. Like you wouldn't even know.
This is really good video.
No, it's insane. Yeah.
We'll see if we can get it in the shot there.
Camera? Yeah.
There it is.
Where's Waldo? Even when I played, I never knew where it was. I mean, I didn't have to worry about it because I was never on the field. But then I don't think there's another one on the open end. It might be on the scoreboard. Is it on the scoreboard? It's on the scoreboard. So it just okay. So because you guys don't use the bottom of the scoreboard. Okay.
You guys can't really hear the banter. We've been talking with a lot of the people in the Berea-Midpark press boxers. By the way, you guys have been incredible. Thank you. Especially the spotting and everything has been very helpful.
That's where I've been confused. Is they don't use the bottom half. I'm sure I'll find out during the end of the quarter in 11 seconds. Which, how this game is going, about 15 minutes we'll find out.
Most likely.
As we are off the rails here today. When I'm in charge of the train, once you're off the tracks, there's no going back. I didn't mean to rhyme. Papashak needs 19 yards for the first down. 11 seconds here in the third quarter. Puts a man in motion. Gets the snap. Pressured. Steps up in the pocket. And he drops the ball as well. Avon, they pick it up and he's still on his feet. That is number 1, the linebacker. And he's going to go to the 10-yard line. Wow, this Avon defense brings them back into the 10-yard line, into the Kelly McLean Achievement Center where the offense will start once again as we head into the fourth quarter and into a break. We'll be back for the Keon Sports Game of the Week.
This week's Keon Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Kelly McLean Achievement Center, the premier resource for high school athletes who wish to continue to play in college. They provide a one-on-one consultative approach to help students determine their needs and goals. Visit them online at kellymac.com. Village Coffee and Creamery. From the founders of Nancy's Main Street Diner comes Village Coffee and Creamery. They have everything from dessert, lunch items, and coffee to ice cream and every kind of sweet treat you could think of. They are located at 486 Main Street in Grafton.
Some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Roxandich, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Roxandich, and Roxandich said, nope, give me that. I'm holding on to this. And reaches that arm towards the plane, broke it, and that's a touchdown and now a lead for the Blue Devils.
Woo, I got chills here, Cole. This is a huge crowd here for Brunswick here tonight, and Roxandich gave them something to cheer for. Going in, a lot of people doubted Brunswick. It's an early lead. They have to stay consistent. Anytime this Cleveland Heights team has their talented players.
And we are back with a fresh 12 minutes to go, as we have a 1st and 10 with a pistol formation with a fullback in the backfield for Avon, as they are in the Kelly McLean Achievement Center. The running back has room as he'll land on the 5. That's Colburn again.
And he's been very effective so far tonight. They don't mind just running the ball down the Titans' throat when they get into the red zone. Again, huge turnover. The end of that Berea drive.
That's another difference between these two teams. In the red zone, Avon's been able to effectively run the ball and get open holes for their running backs.
Could this be the twist of the knife? Handoff again, finding room, trying to stretch it outside, goes inside and brought down within the 5. Colburn once again with the carry.
I mean, that time Colburn could not do anything. Great rush right there by this Titans defense. All over him right there. 3 defenders out there to tackle Colburn.
Third and goal to go. Or no, pardon me. There is the first down marker there. I was looking at the wrong thing. It's 3rd and 2 on the 4. So Shirley can get a touchdown here. Handoff again. Fighting, crawling into the end zone. Touchdown, Avon Eagles.
There he is again, Michael Colburn into the end zone yet again. Great push right there by the Eagles offensive line, giving him just enough space, and then Colburn did the rest, fighting through tackles to finish off that touchdown.
Again, it's been a 2-score affair all night. 3 scores now for the first time this evening. Still not over. 10 minutes, 41 seconds left in the game, or about 3.5 hours of real time. But again, Avon taking advantage of their opportunities. Berea, a couple penalties, a turnover, some tough times in the red zone are what have kept Avon in this. And it looks like they may finally be tipping the scales here and putting this one out of reach.
This Berea team, I'll give them credit. They've played this Avon team about as well as I've seen anybody play them in a while, to be honest with you. But these just a few just bad mistakes that you cannot have kept them out of this football game. I give a ton of credit to Papashak and all the receivers. They've played an amazing game. There's just been a few too many costly mistakes.
Absolutely. And again, Berea, other than a close loss earlier the year against Elyria, they are still a phenomenal team.
Yes.
They are in a different division from Avon as well. Now, they will have plenty of challenges still in Division 1 right now in the composite rankings, sitting behind Menor and St. Ed, so still plenty of talent there in that division. They'll probably drop after this game if this result holds. But you still have a good squad, one of the best that you've had since becoming Berea-Midpark, so long ago now. And again, if this holds, still a lot of really great things to take away. And Berea-Midpark, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with when it comes time for the playoffs.
I saw Avon play St. Ignatius in week 1, North Ridgeville in week 4, and those games were not even close, not even a contest. And those are 2 highly respected programs around the area, and Avon throttled them. Berea has really honestly surprised me a little bit with how well they've hung in there tonight.
And that's going to be an interesting game next week. So Keon Sports Game of the Week, Week 7. We are heading back to North Ridgeville where we were Week 1. And Berea-Midpark's coming with us. They're going to be taking on the Rangers there. Again, two teams that have already played Avon. We've seen them both. Again, North Ridgeville looked very good when we saw them Week 1 against North Olmsted. So already getting excited for that matchup. Should be another really exciting SWC clash. As, again, North Ridgeville done a very good job building that program back up. They have been incredible the last couple of years. Yep. Can't be upset with that.
Got to be proud of what they built over there. Thanks to the boosters at North Ridgeville, they've done a good job supplying us with a lot. Kickoff fumble.
Here we go again.
The big man trying to find room. I love watching this guy run, and they're just diving at his kneecaps. You gotta feel bad for the young man.
He juked the guy right there. Did you see that?
So I miss the days where having a number 76 out there and kickoff return was normal. Not in the front line. I'm talking about in the back. I love that. Just let the big man be with the skinny fellas and run out there.
Did you ever get a chance to return a kick in your days?
Yeah, so I was the man that would stand directly in the middle, in the front line, and I hated every second of it. I begged them to take me off it, and they're like, we literally have no one else. I'm like, I don't want to be the center of your wedge, because we ran a wedge before they banned it. God, man, the weird time in between like 2005 to 2015, we're a 10-year period. Berea-Midpark on their own 35, 10:35 to go.
Nice transition.
He had to take a deep breath, too. Ran out of there. Snap. Handoff. No. Looking. Oh. And Hippo. Yeah, and they're going to throw the flag there reasonably so. Nick Reese didn't even have a second to even turn his head.
Again, credit to the Avon defense. They have been aggressive, and it has cost them penalty-wise a couple times, including here. But overall, I mean, still a positive that they are this quick twitch on the defensive side.
I think they've now figured out, because earlier in the game, we saw them getting off the ball really quick, getting right into the backfield, and then Berea went to that hard count, and it kind of neutralized them a little bit as they weren't able to get off the ball as quick. It led to some penalties as well. I think now they found that good mix of getting off the ball and not getting penalties.
In the spread again. Sends the running back out. Pressured. Throw. Has a man. Almost caught, but leveled.
That's another really good throw right there by Papashak. Could have let him a little bit more, maybe a little bit underthrown, but he gave his receiver a chance to make a play, just an even better play by the Avon defensive backs.
Physicality at the point of contact has been the name of the game all night. Doesn't matter that it's the fourth quarter. That energy is still there defensively, especially for Avon.
Avon prides itself on closing games out when it matters most. They do not want to relinquish the SWC crown, as that is one step to their state championship goals once again. Papashak drops back, pressured big time. Still has a little bit of time and throws the ball between receivers as that ball will fall to the ground in the punt team.
Looks like he had maybe two guys open there. He just threw it right to the middle in between them.
Yeah, he did. He wanted Reese. Couldn't find them. Thought he was going to stop a little sooner in his route. Couldn't get there.
And Papashak missing pretty rare so far tonight, but now in a situation where it's obvious passing, you've got to kind of try to push the ball down the field, down 3 scores with about 10 minutes left. Starting to struggle a little bit, as any quarterback would against this Avon defense when they know they can just key in on the pass and kind of let everybody sit back.
The Avon defense is dangerous enough. Once they know what you're trying to do on offense, they just become that much more hard to beat.
Full on punt block, almost got it there. That ball's hanging in the air big time, and fair catch is called. Avon, the Eagles start, I believe that is the 39-yard line. No, I was way off. That was the 37-yard line.
Not way off.
2 yards down. Give yourself a break.
Goodness gracious. It's been a long night. We think everyone that's watched today, we didn't mention anything on purpose, but we're on Facebook Live for the first time as well.
Yes, we are.
Really proud of that. Brandon didn't even know we were doing that today until Brandon told me. It's usually how things go around here. Is Brandon does all the hard work, and then I get the smile after he tells me the good news.
It's the element of surprise, Dom. Works
Exactly.
every time.
So for those, not too many of you because we didn't advertise it, but thank you for watching on Facebook. For those on YouTube, thank you as always. We appreciate the support. You guys have done a great job supporting us and our sponsors all year long on YouTube. Snap. Yeah. We have a quarterback change as well. Trying to buy time.
No, that's still Elder.
Oh, it is Elder. No, I was fooled as well. There was multiple. Yeah, the spotter. I fooled the spotter fooled me. That is still Elder.
Another touchdown here, and then we might actually see a quarterback change here in this one.
Though the tight end coach lied to me, as he said they like to rotate.
I've seen the backup Melee come in a couple of times, but it's usually only when they're up by 30 points at least.
The tight end coach used to be a good friend of mine. He's now a traitor. Elder. Hand off. Room to run. We'll get the first down just a little bit more. Is this Berea-Midpark defense
they're tired.
They are hearing a fire alarm between their ears right now. They are gassed. I mentioned the tight end coach. I'll talk about him a little bit, actually, because we're at the place that he called home. Pat Simon was a great football player at Baldwin Wallace for, more than 4 years. I believe played a total of 5 years. Actually, may have played more than 5 due to COVID. Only played one game during COVID year, but was a legend here at Baldwin Wallace. Did a phenomenal job as an offensive lineman. Handoff again. Brought down about 5 yards after the line of scrimmage. Berea-Midpark, they are just getting shoved 5 yards back into their own linebackers. Not much they can do.
No, not at all right now. This Eagles offensive line, they're not showing that they're tired. That's for sure. They're still getting great push, great blocks, opening up holes for this multitude of running backs that we've seen tonight.
And not that there's really any easy way to get points with this offense, other than the one turnover that they had gotten from Berea-Midpark down in the red zone. They've had to drive the field almost every time. So, Again, you're starting to see the conditioning really show up here for the Eagles.
Hand off again. And beyond the first down, they are milking the clock out. Talked about it last week. But again, I mentioned Pat Simon. I mentioned Baldwin Wallace. We'll talk about it. We burned the clock for 8 minutes against Marietta senior year. Remember, I went up to Pat and I said, "Do you know what you just did?" And he looked at me and said, "Yeah, we won." I said, "No, you just ran the ball for 8 straight minutes." And, there's not enough yardage for Avon to do that. But
how many plays?
It was a lot.
Was he even tired?
Huh?
Was Pat even tired?
Pat did get tired.
That's what it sounded like. It's there. He didn't know he was out there for 8 minutes.
No, he was a manimal. Hand off again, 27 getting the bulk of the carries. We saw a little bit of him earlier. That is Dean Andress. And now we have another change in running back as Canning is back in.
And this is something that I had kind of in my game prep notes, is that when they had that dominant win against Olmsted Falls, another very good team in the SWC, 3 different running backs for Avon able to put up touchdowns in that one. So they did lean on, kind of their bell cow early in this game, but now that it's starting to spread out a little bit, they're showing they've got plenty of depth at that position.
We have not even seen Keontae Smith or Cam Wendell today, who in the first couple games I've seen Avon, they were the guys getting not all.
Elder throws it deep, has a man, caught in the end zone. Touchdown once again for the Avon Eagles. And who was that? Can't see him because he's being hounded. And that was Sam Early. This game is broken wide open. Don't let the score fool you. 55-27 as we wait the extra point. This game looked like it may have gone the other way there in the third quarter.
Elder's still out there.
Are they going for 2?
The only reason I could think, yes, if it gets to a 30-point advantage, we would switch to a running clock and really just put the foot down on this game. See if they ultimately decide to stay with that. Sorry, Nick, go ahead.
I think just at the end of the day, the team, the more dominant, more talented, the team with the pedigree of being the state champions, They were just too much in the end. It was a great fight by Berea-Midpark.
Handoff, trying to get the 2-point conversion, but sniffed out early. Sorry, continue with your point.
But this Avon team is just so talented at every single aspect of football. Again, we talked about special teams. They're great at that. Offensive line, great at that. Skill position players, quarterback. There's not a weakness on this Avon team. And it's going to be hard for any team here in Northeast Ohio to beat them the rest of the way. Obviously, their only loss of the season was down in Florida by only 3 points.
Again, Avon, an excellent team. Berea-Midpark has done well. They show that they do have the offense to do this. And who knows, this could be a completely different game if they show up a couple of the mistakes, a couple of the opportunities that they didn't take advantage of early in this game.
I think they can match up with, like, they can go toe-to-toe when it comes to explosiveness on offense. I might even give maybe the edge to Berea when it comes to explosiveness on offense.
I'll put it this way. This is not a game where if we had to play this 99 times that Avon's just winning it every time. There are going to be, like, Berea has given themselves chances to hang in and even potentially win this game at spots.
I just think that the Eagles are the more complete, well-rounded team compared to the
Yes, and they are the defending state champs for a reason. The one other thing, too, I have to say, Berea not giving up their fight. Again, we could have had a running clock situation there, had that 2-point conversion gone, but they said, no, we're not doing that. We're not going out quietly, still able to stop the running back in the backfield, something they've struggled to do all night, but able to do it there on that conversion and keep it a 28-point advantage for Avon.
Avon having their lunch break at the 40. Like the union workers they are.
A lot of weird special teams plays in this game today. Just a lot of weird
Fun special
stuff.
team plays.
Yeah.
You know, again, this is probably my favorite game we've called.
There's been a ton of fun out here tonight.
Yeah,
And
it's been a lot of fun.
Berea-Midpark always takes care of us as well.
No, they do a phenomenal job. They've helped us out for years. Return there at the 10, trying to find an open lane. Can he find one? That's Maddox. Fighting through Avon defenders, pushing, shoving, trying to get to the 45 and brought down.
What did I say? Not giving up. There is no quit in this Berea-Midpark team.
I was just going to say, that shows you right there that they are still fighting. They're not going down easy right now. They're going to keep fighting all the way till the whistle blows at the end of this game. And that's the sign of a well-coached football team, I believe. When you're still fighting for your team, fighting for your players, this late in the game with this type of score, that's a good sign for your program.
Absolutely. I think Berea-Midpark knows that they have something special here, despite, again, the potential result here tonight. Still 7 minutes left. Don't want to call it over quite yet. Obviously going to take quite a bit for the Titans to pull this one out.
Snap. Quarterback will keep it. He'll find some room. And he'll barrel the guy over for an 11-yard gain.
Lower in the shoulder there, running into people, not afraid of contact right there. Great run by Papashak.
Kind of surprised they're still letting him run a lot.
Taking those hits in this score, with this score right now,
Well,
especially with your
so
backup quarterback. You're already down your starter.
Yeah, not having, Weaver not being able to play despite being, wearing his gear. But shout out to him for doing that. That's great support from him. He's signing, he's talking with his junior, helping him out. But they don't have that comfort of having a reliable, their normal backup. Throw almost picked out of rhythm. Could have been disaster.
Dane Sexton
on
there
disaster.
almost had himself a pick and a free run to the end zone right there. Just a little outside of his reach.
Quick reminder, y'all, make sure you stick around for the Cement Mason Local 404 post-game show. We still got a little bit of time, 6 minutes, 30 seconds left. If you want to get in those votes on Facebook or on YouTube, let us know who's deserving of the Cement Masons or Mickey's players of the game. Still got a little bit of time left.
Snap. Throw to Reese. Reese trying to find room, makes two guys miss and dives for the first down, but I think they're going to mark him just a yard short for a 3rd and 1.
The clock keeps running. Good job there by Reese trying to extend out and get that, Another player, it feels like we've called his name over and over and over
yeah.
again tonight. He has been absolutely electric for the Titans and continues to make plays.
Reese and Clay have been special tonight. They have done whatever it takes to try and keep Berea in this football game, and they're special players.
6 down linemen for the defense. Pass deflected, almost intercepted by the big fella. Oh, I developed the Scottish accent there. For the big fella.
That was 55, John Ling, that got in there that time on that deflection.
If he would have just, he didn't realize where the
He
ball
didn't
went
locate
after
it.
he batted it. But if he would have just been facing the right way, he would have had himself a
I
pick.
kind of felt like Ray Hudson there. You know, legendary announcer, British.
Yeah.
Magisterial. So I felt like, you know what I'm talking about.
You should do a full game like that, Tom.
No. Vince will void my paycheck. Pass again in the flat.
You're getting
Looking to
paid?
find room.
think he stopped short here.
Yeah, Berea-Midpark is arguing this call.
It's close, but I don't think he got there.
Let's see where they ultimately spot this. Sorry, Dom.
It's okay.
So right now, both units staying on the field as they discuss.
And we've shown today that spotting
This could take a while.
is, we could be here for a minute.
Want to make sure we got it right.
You know, refs doing a good job of making sure that.
And we're going to get the chain gang, guys.
Oh, zoom in on that. Zoom in. Get a nice little zoom in. Make sure you focus.
Oh, look at them move.
First down. Did we get a nice zoom in? Yeah, we did. First down for Berea-Midpark. The funniest part is they did it all the way on the other side of the field. Now we have to wait for these two gentlemen to work their way back.
They're moving, though.
No, they are moving.
And they have made it. And more importantly, Berea-Midpark converting on fourth down.
Snap. Handoff. Given the Harden.
Ooh,
Caught in the back. They're not going to call nothing.
That looked like a horse collar to me.
Nothing is what I meant to say. I was close, but I think he grabbed the jersey and not the actual collar, which I don't know what the difference is. I think it's maybe the shoulder pad he has to grab. I'm not sure.
I believe so, yeah. But same gut reaction that I had. That definitely
just
did
seeing
not
the
look
pull
natural.
down off the back of the neck.
Usually if you see the pull, you can throw the flag. 5 minutes left, 55-27 the score. Make sure to put your votes in as we are closing the poll any second now. So we haven't even discussed it yet ourselves. Pass. Oh, caught at the line of scrimmage and leveled. Looked like a wrestling takedown. Number 24 with the big time.
Bryce Chura, what a hit here late in this football game. The physicality has not slowed down at all, despite the big difference on the scoreboard, despite these two teams. It's felt like a long game it's been. And these guys are still out there giving it their all, hitting as hard as they can.
It's 33, looking deep, eyes forward, but looks to his left.
Ooh!
Hoping Harden can make a move.
What a juke move there. That sent the Avon defensive back flying.
That sent the shiver up Dom's spine as well with the ooh. That was good. I like that.
I think that was me.
That was not
sorry.
me.
Yeah, that was me.
I apologize.
No,
my instinct is
just
to make
seeing-
fun of Dom, so I apologize.
Yeah.
Nick. We'll fill you in.
That was impressive. That dude went flying.
Despite the score, really impressed with Berea-Midpark. Didn't know what to expect today from this team. And today you got a team that was able to make big plays and drive. Just needed a few more things to go their way. Drops back, pressured, steps up in the pocket, sheds the defender, but can't shut off the rest of the Eagles as they will turn the ball over on downs on the 35-yard line where Avon will take over.
To go off your point about Berea, they have the athletes, I believe, on offense at the skill positions to compete with any team in high school football in this area. I truly believe these have been like they have special athletes outside at the wide receiver position, and with the quarterback play like this is a dangerous football team going forward.
Again, I think we're going to learn a lot about Berea-Midpark next week when they take on North Ridgeville, another very good team that fell to Avon this year.
That's two teams that could not really play any more different. North Ridgeville, it's all ground and pound, simple offense, just run up the middle, overpower you physically. Berea's all speed and throwing it around the field, and I think that'll be a very interesting game to see stylistically how they match up.
New quarterback in for Avon, number 15. See, he will hand the ball off.
Trevor Sikora.
Yeah, Trevor Sikora, thanks for looking out there.
Now, one more minute, guys. If you want to get in votes for your Mickey's or Cement Masons player of the game, voting is about to close on Facebook and YouTube. So let us know right now who you think is the best player on offense, best player on defense tonight.
Taking a look now, seeing what you guys are putting in for who should be the defensive player of the game. That's something we haven't discussed. Handoff again. Gives it to the running back. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Won't go anywhere. Is this secondary group for Avon struggling to move the ball?
And again, Avon more than happy to just let this continue to run out. Going to tick under 2 minutes here in just a moment. So even if they do have to eventually punt this one away, we are in clock drain mode for the Eagles.
Also, a fan helped us out here on YouTube, telling us that Quante Smith, he is healing a foot injury currently. So thank you, MC, for the comment and letting us know. We cover teams, a new team each week, so it's hard to keep track of everybody. So thank you. If you know these teams, and there's information that we're missing, we always appreciate the advice. So thank you very much, MC. Pass looking deep, almost intercepted by Berea-Midpark. That will stop the clock at 119.
I didn't think that they were going to put the ball in the air here with this, obviously with the game clock now being just over a minute to go. But I like it. I like giving one of your backup quarterbacks a chance to make a play down the field and give him some confidence going forward.
Go ahead. It's a punt. Nice punt. Will go to the 20s. You can hear the coaches yelling in the background.
Again, minute 10 seconds left in this one. Berea-Midpark will take the field one more time. Trailing in this one 55-27. Voting has officially closed for the Mickeys and Cement Masons players of the game, folks. My colleagues currently discussing, adding up those votes. Thank you for everybody that made your opinion known. Make sure you check out KeonSports.com and our social channels later on tonight. You'll be able to catch pictures of our award winners with their t-shirt, with picture with the Moose Shield as well. So be ready for that. 1st and 10. Berea-Midpark, handoff. Goes right up the middle. Just a couple.
A lot of skis, but
Clock now under a minute to go.
So, Brandon, thank you for taking over. You're going to run the ship for the next 48 seconds as we have our players of the game now.
All right,
So-
Dom, go ahead and head down. Thank you tonight, making your debut on Play-by-Play. Did an incredible job. Appreciate your work as always, Dom.
Thanks, guys. It was a pleasure. Been a fun one, and I'm going to work my way down to the field they once called home. So I'll see you guys after the game. Have a good post-game show.
Thank you, Dom.
thank you, Dom.
Short run up the middle for Berea-Midpark, now under 20 seconds. As this winds down, Nick, thank you as well. I know you were on lacrosse earlier in this year, but stepping in tonight to take over play-by-play, or sorry, for color rather, for the Keon Sports Game of the Week. Excellent job. Great debut, man. Definitely won't be the last time we have you on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Glad I was able to get out here. It was a great time. Great game as well.
And that's going to do it for us, folks. The clock has struck 0. Your final score, the Avon Eagles 55, Berea-Midpark Titans 27. Stick around for the Cement Mason Local 404 post-game show with myself and Nick. We will give you the Mickey's and Cement Mason's local players of the game. We'll be right back.
This week's Keon Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Dave's Golden Shear Barbershop. Dave's Golden Shear Barbershop has been your trusted barber for nearly a century of great haircuts. With affordable prices and excellent customer service, there's no better place to get your cut. It is located at 26915 Center Ridge Road in Westlake.
For my favorite pizza of sausage and pepperoni, or Brandon's favorite of olive and pineapple, let Angela's make the perfect pie for you. Visit them in person at 27095 Bagley Road, Olmsted Falls, or place your order online at angelinaspizza.com.
Earth Flora. EarthFlora.com is the leader in the trade of botanical artificial plants and trees custom made with your vision in mind. Call them today at 440-899-4947 or visit them at www.earthflora.com. Make sure you enter code SAVE5 to save an extra 5% and get free shipping on orders of $100 or more within the inland United States.
The Moose is on the loose at Mickey's. Your local Mickey's is open now for the food and fuel you need to keep your family on moving. Be sure to use your Mickey Mart Rewards card to quickly rack up amazing member-only deals, including free food and beverages. Mickey's is a proud supporter of our local school systems through our Fuel Schools program and excited to team up with Keon Sports to bring you all the finest moments in local sports, information, and entertainment. Visit www.mickeythemoose.com. That's mickeythemoose.com to find your location near you.
Helene Kia. Looking for a new or used car? Check out our guy Jim McConville at Helene Kia in North Olmsted on Lorraine Road. Jim is a member of the auto community for the last 20 years and will treat you right no matter your car buying need. He's an expert at new and used car deals, including trade-ins and financing. Save Staffing of Ohio. They offer temporary, temp to hire, and direct hire placements for job candidates and businesses across Ohio. Whether your company needs talented people or you're looking for employment in your field, their goal is to help you succeed. Their motto is helping people work, helping companies grow.
Vote Carbone for Strongsville this election season. You can email Jim Carbone at carboneforstrongsville@yahoo.com for information on how you can help. With Carbone, your vision is his mission.
Run some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Brock Sandage, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out.
And folks, welcome to the Cement Mason Local 404 Union post-game show. I'm Brandon Soder, alongside Nick Teroric?
Yes.
Teroric, I got
There
it.
you go.
Yeah,
There you
take that, Dom, wherever you are. Anyway, folks, it's the Keon Sports Game of the Week for Week 6. Appreciate you watching with us on YouTube and on Facebook Live for the first time. 55-27, your final in favor of Avon. But that score not indicative of how this game was going, especially early. Avon looked like they might be able to pull away quickly, but it felt like every time they got a 2-score advantage, Berea managed to do something to stick in it on special teams. They had an interception that they brought back deep into the red zone. They had a kick return for a touchdown. So Berea fought, scratched, clawed, still showed that they had the offense to hang, but in the end, the depth, the coaching, the just overall pedigree of Avon is what ended up coming through. So all of that said, let's look forward to what these teams have going into next week. We'll start with Berea-Midpark. Again, not the result they would have wanted tonight. They are at North Ridgeville next week, which we will be as well. Keon Sports, so make sure you stick around. If you're a Berea fan watching this one, we got you again next week. But what's one thing, Nick, that you think the Titans can take from this contest despite the loss?
I think that they can take that they have athletes and a passing game and speed that can match up with any team in the area. They truly have special talent on offense. Just Avon, they're more of a complete team, and I think that the quarterback, Ryan Papashak, I mean, he didn't start the year as a starter. We had an injury to the original starter. I think no matter who you have at quarterback, you feel confident going forward if you're the Titans. You got to keep relying on this passing game, relying on these elite athletes. This is going to be a good team the rest of it.
Absolutely agreed. And now over to the Avon side. Again, defending state champs, undefeated last season. One loss this year. Haven't lost in the state of Ohio yet, though, as they were down in Florida for that. What's your biggest takeaway for the Eagles going into next week? They are going to go home and take on Midview.
I mean, there's not that much you can really say about this Avon team. They're great as they always are. This team, I think, is it's similar level to last year. I truly believe it's a great team. They've beaten everybody, every team from Ohio that they've played this year. They've beaten handedly, and they've played some really good football teams this year. And right now, it looks like nobody in this area can touch them. I think that the biggest takeaway for them is that back-to-back could be a real possibility.
Absolutely, especially if they keep it going. Hoban was playing earlier tonight. That tends to be where they get tripped up in the playoffs. They were in a very tight game against Walsh. We'll check on that. And folks, make sure you check KeonSports.com. Now, or once this concludes, we're going to have recaps of all the big games across Northeast Ohio. Tons of writers out there, as always. Nobody has more comprehensive coverage of Ohio high school football than Keon Sports does. But the moment you've all been waiting for, folks, the Player of the Game Awards, one on offense, one on defense. We'll start on the offensive side of the ball. The Cement Mason Local 404 Union Offensive Player of the Game. Nick, who did we come up with?
I think it has to be Michael Colburn, the running back for the Eagles. We heard earlier that Keontae Smith out with an injury this game. Colburn got the bulk of the reps at running back. He's been splitting time this season. They've used a lot of different backs. But tonight, man, he was so impressive. He's, again, only 180 pounds, but he runs like a true big-time power back. And he's also shifty. I saw a lot of great juke, spin moves from him all night long. He was so impressive tonight. And he's our offensive player.
It really set up the rest of what that offense was able to do in the passing game as well, and then milk the clock, of course, towards the end there. So very well-deserved. Now, how about on the defensive side of the ball, the Mickey's defensive player of the game?
It's going to Jacob Weatherspoon. I mean, there's a reason he's committed to North Carolina right now. He's a talented player, just was everywhere, all over the defensive side of the ball. And on offense, he had a few big plays as well, but this is the defensive award. He's great on both sides of the ball. He's a great player, and he's got a bright future.
Absolutely. And folks, a couple people I want to thank tonight. First off, again, Nick, thank you for stepping in. Want to thank Dom for going into the play-by-play role for the first time on this broadcast tonight. Both of you doing an excellent job. Want to thank Berea-Midpark, as always, for being excellent hosts. Press box very helpful throughout. Also getting through some of those gaffes in not the gaffes, but the officiating confusion and everything really helped us get through those moments. I really appreciate everyone here. They always take really good care of us. And folks, I want to thank you, everybody that watched on YouTube and Facebook, contributed to our Player of the Game votes. You stuck with us through some technical difficulties with the camera and with some other things tonight. So again, thank you all as always. This was awesome. This was a ton of fun, and we're going to be back next week. Berea-Midpark heads to North Ridgeville to take on the Rangers, and we've got it covered on the Game of the Week. But for Nick Tororik, for Dom Clary, I'm Brandon Soder. Enjoy the rest of your week, everyone.